super impressed with Giants in the very small amount that we've been able to see them, because they've had such interesting ideas, and particularly on the pistol rounds. They're not afraid to copy other teams' strategies and make them work for Giants, or even come up with their own ideas, their own compositions, their own strategies and counters, as the desk was talking about. And this looks like a counter to a play down mid. I mean, they're hoping to try and catch a timing as the EDG duelists walk down by the look of things.
Pretty far back in terms of the hold, but no signs of life. Now they look to try and take some of that ground deep into mid. Orb still in their face, though.
And I will say, Brent, Pipson exuded some quiet confidence when he selected Split instantly.
Yeah.
He is a coach that is going to do the prep work. And of course, EDG are on everybody's radar. They're not a hidden team like, you know, Bilibili or FPX. People know EDG. They know what they're capable of. They give them respect.
This might get explosive pretty quickly. So far, it's all been quiet, but the fault line's held. Waiting for the first signs once more of life, but it's right into the stack. Flash round to the side. It's going to at least force out the nade over the top, pushing them deeper into the angles. But can they hit the shots here? Chichu does not win his out. Smoggy towards the back of the pillar. Kankang seeking as well to help him out, holding down the grounds and the line of fire still. Shots are there. Giants are looking clean with it. Overwhelming, no danger, even though there was a lot of it on the site.
Fantastic pistol round. If you watch EDG play this map in China right now, they are not pressuring mid heavily. They're poking at the start, and then they back off and give the attacking teams mid control. Notice how Giants took all of B Heaven essentially for free, and then popped out instantly into hell. And at that point, they're getting overwhelmed, these EDG players on site. Paranoia comes through B main, and the anchors just couldn't hold on. I love Giants pistols. They've just been fantastic so far.
That contact play style works to a certain degree, but as soon as EDG start getting the operators online, you'll find it a bit harder to do so.
Absolutely. And weirdly enough, that will still be Kangkang who picks up the operator on defense, despite the fact that they have a jet, as Sean was saying on the desk.
For now, it's a good beginning. Pistol round win. Trying to get something else going. It's still, you know, see it slow going at the beginning. Giants not willing to give anything away. Pretty much an identical beginning to how they started the pistol round.
Absolutely true.
This time, though, not saving the util. Just going to use the dog to clear out.
They're worried about some kind of stack. You don't often get trap plays happening in mid. It's pretty much just the Astra Star and the Raze nade, but you can tell that that's not down. But Giants are being very cautious here. Trying to be diligent, clearing all of these areas where somebody could be in wait with a shorty or a stack of players.
And here we go. Big flood and amount of util being used to clear that B heaven position. They haven't actually spotted a soul yet. EDG still holding their grounds. No one wants to budge at all out of these spots, though. Will any kills be found? Yes, with the right clicks. Crossfire setup. It's Classics online. And just like that, it crumbles. Hoodie. He's left to pick up the pieces and maybe salvage, maybe forge something out of it. Weak enough. Kangkang will fall down.
Certainly winnable.
But now the advantage, I mean, it's on the complete other side of things. EDG, there's no time left in this round for Giants. Look at this, Hoodie.
10 seconds
Oh, he's
left.
dropping down, making so much noise. All you've got to do is run around the pillar. Nobody's just avoiding it. The dog, the trailblazer. Misses!
What? No
way!
What a horrendous mistake by nobody there using the Trailblazer. If he misses, as he did, then you don't get the stun, and Huddy just runs onto you. What a way to play that instead of running around the pillar there. I think he'll want that round back. All of the good work that EDG did, Haodong tucked in the corner, and nobody from backside finding another kill with a classic. And it's one little doggo that ends up making the difference.
I mean, that's brutal.
What a way to play the clutch situation there, but that is wiping the sweat off the brow, I think, for Giants. They got away with it.
Yeah, reflecting on it, of course, you know, it was an eco, but should have been an EDG win.
And that, by the way, exactly how the NRG Bilibili game on Split started. With the Chinese team being able to pick up that second round eco. Could have been a mirror image. And instead now we get Giants with a really odd-looking bonus round where they have a Bulldog and a rifle still, but it feels more like a hero rifle in an eco.
I mean, just completely missed the timing there.
Look,
They get the
again
info
though,
in mid.
look at how much they are disrespecting mid. Giants know that EDG are not defending this. This is heavy VOD prep.
at least until Kankan gets the op. Then he gets posted there most of the time. But here we go. They've already gained all that space for free. And now saving all the util in the back pocket. They can start to use it to flush out this site. But they're not actually going towards the site. It's the spawn that they're really directing their attention to. A smoke to try and cut them across, but it dissipates.
Pressure on
Leaves it
Chichu.
open. Yeah, but here's the pressure into the corner. Chichu cannot land the shot. Does not survive. And they have swarmed the position now. Post plant, still Cloud, he loses his duel. Not gonna have heaven control for them. Nade and a flash over the top, out to the side here. Elbow's been cleared out. Edward Gaming, EDG not wasting any time. Straight into the fray here. Satchel to set up the easiest kill of his life. And just Nuki left alive.
They both died to one body shot from the
Not
Sheriff.
planted for him, that's the problem. And Kankang's doing a fantastic job of just delaying.
Close, honestly, considering the weaponry that Giants had there, still got very close for EDG. It's their duelists that carry them through towards the end, though. Smoggy and Kankan coming out with some huge duel wins. Specifically, Kankan onto Cloud in Heaven ended up being a round decider. But I think Giants have got the right read of things here. They are taking a ton of map control at the start of these rounds for free. And EDG, are they going to respond at some point? Are they going to realize that that's an issue and have Kankan and Chishu fight over it, perhaps?
And break it.
The beginning though.
I don't really understand the buy, to be honest with you here, Bren. Chishu and Smoggy have enough to be able to, you know, save up for any kind of operator, but one of them could have dropped Chishu something at least. He's just gone with a Sheriff.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual. And this time there is a big focus from EDG on the defensive side. Look at this. A lot of bodies. Flash actually did not get any indicator that somebody's in ropes. Actually two players. I mean, we can see this. And now there's a collapse. Here's a brawl that's about to take place because trying to contact in, it's just going to be the gun duels taken straight up. Finally, it's utility being used, but on the tail end of it, just to try and save a couple of the players and remaining members. But it's a duel. The way this ended up falling, EDG are the ones favored.
But it only took 3 rounds of Giants contacting up mid for EDG to already decide to shift the pace and fight them over it. So that's a great response so quickly. It's one of the things that Edward Gaming do incredibly well is learn from their opponents and come up with good ways of countering them on the fly.
Got much better at that since getting the experience.
30 seconds
Little
left.
theft. Positioning. Definitely
What
going
a
to be
play.
noted. Yeah, Smoggy close to this corner. They are still creeping up into B Heaven. There's only 20 seconds left though. Time will start to become a problem, but he just mistimes it. Dropping down, Nuki wins that fight out. Every day of the week, Howard on towards the back though. They need to deal with him still. 11 seconds left, he needs to survive. It's lovely discipline from Giants. They face it together, bring it to a 2v2. Nuki is taking risks of his own. He's caught Chichu. Out in the open towards CT. Kankang, last one left. And he's not gonna know this. Yeah, not watching in the right direction for it. Giants. Well versed in this, man. Yeah, they have clearly done their homework.
I mean, just specifically, the way that they're contacting around the map is so precise. They're crouch walking in B Heaven because they know that the players are going to be anchoring from sight and they don't want to be seen in that sight line. I mean, it's just ridiculous. They've got such a great idea of how they want to dismantle this defensive side from EDG. And presumably, because it's Giants' map pick, they were happy with either side here, so they might still have some great ideas, even once they move on to defense. EDG knocked down onto an eco round.
Yeah, right back down. The weaker weaponry. Smoggy does have the knives. Could get something done with this one, but you can see the same approach to this for Giants. I mean, they're not really rushing into anything. Heavy conditioning for very slow beginnings, but now they're going to burst out. It's a flash repeat. A shot to the corner just in case. Now backing away.
And that flash was not to try to get into the site. It was just to push people away that might be trying to play for B main information. The Giants are really trying to play the map control game right now. They haven't left anybody in B if there was a re-clear of Garage, and EDG have stacked 4 players to defend B right now. So you can see Kankang, Haodong looking for more info as the rest of Giants just walk up mid again.
And yeah, no flashes. Online for nobody, so he's not going to be able to gather any information, but he hears all this now, dropping down into the ropes. Chichu, again, under an immense amount of pressure, has to anchor this position. Holding it onto the Heaven angle. Showstopper, it connects, it's good. Coutinho, a great opener. Rolling Thunder's going to be used at the back end of it. Nobody's behind them though, and they do not have a clue. Quick reactions from Hoodie. Enough to contain, to push it right back as well. Double updraft play.
What an angle!
That is nasty. It's the most to do for Smoggy. He'd have to pop off. It's a 1v3. Smoke's still in his face, you know exactly where he is. His position was known.
And the camera as well. It's just holding the walkout. I mean, there is no reason for anybody to
Hoodie's
swing.
holding the paranoia, yeah. As soon as he hears or sees any sign of it. And they got orders Yuto to delay. Who's next? It's Rhyme with the fault line. Yeah, there it is. 4-1, Giants. Fantastic read on how to play this map. We are looking at the next one though. EDG are gonna have finally money to buy once more.
And specifically, the silver lining there for EDG is that Giants use two big ultimates. If you're Giants, you want to try and save the Showstopper, the Breach ultimate, for moments where it's going to knock EDG's economy down, where you can punish them for buying the Operator, as they're going for here. Now, you were talking about the Op a lot, because it's a great counter to the way the Giants have been contacting around the map. But I think now that they've been monitoring the economy, they're going to change things up here. Look at this, instant flash, instant double blast pack. They were expecting Kangkang to be opping from right here, and they set up a play to try and deal with it. Now, they guessed incorrectly. Kangkang was over towards B main, but I think they'll still have an idea that there's an operator somewhere else. The question is, where?
Guarding here.
Kangkang is a very fluid player. He's going to be altering his position all throughout.
Guarding here.
Didn't catch anything. Mid-control gain for Giants for now. Not too much in the way of utility to really push this back, but looks like the call was made for Giants. They're going to fake some presence into B Heaven. It's a flash. That does push Smoggy away. Seekers are well timed here. They are fully grouped up though, and that's all going to go down to a single spray. That's actually quite poor for EDG. They're not really going to get too much concrete information. Now the Trailblazers come through. This really does feel like a bit of a B hit. There are no bites on this though from EDG. Still anchoring towards the back.
Only two though.
Yep, only two players. And again,
Kangkang's going to have to go huge, Brent.
and he does have the Showstopper. Despite being stunned up, there's still some damage here. Ult in his face, lets the rocket rip over the top. And no real damage, no kills done yet. They don't know his positioning. Him and Howdong able to really answer back for Tinho. It's a great way to make your mark noted. Just on the server, but still, this is all EDG. They're finding their own way into this. Picking the timings well. And Hoodie, with no time left really to work with, does have the spike.
10 seconds left.
Have to go for a plan here. As soon as he taps it, you're going to start to see it. Yep, EDG starting to run hot on his tail. Almost hitting the spray down, but not enough to get him through it. So, we're already seeing differences in the EDG approach.
Yeah, it's the mobility and the fact that Kangkang is able to use his Showstopper to relieve pressure from himself on site that ends up coming through for him there. The Showstopper didn't actually get a kill, but it did cause a distraction where Howdong's able to get in behind. Kangkang has space to be able to pick up Rhyme, and the eventual A-pop gets dealt with. Now that they know Kangkang has an operator again, what do Giants go for? This early round idea is not going to be as effective until they break EDG's economy.
Fast would be made this time, anticipating that he could be there. They've gained control of it early.
You can see that this is a clear game plan. I mean, as soon as Kangkang has money to have the operator, they're trying to take fast map control at the start in areas where he might be opping. Picking B main here perhaps because that was one of the areas that he might have been at the start of the previous round. But Kangkang swapped it up. He's over towards mid, which is where they picked in round 6. He's such a menace to deal with.
Desk was touching on the fact, you know, you double initiator. Now they've spotted him, that shot.
Nobody's holding the flash here to pop him back onto the angle.
Yeah, and he's back there, tucked into the corners for Tinho. Waiting for a counter flash play. Look at Cloud. He's holding one of his own. What the trigger will be off of that. Just a boom bot. Fakes the presence. And time might start to become a bit of a problem here. Giants have been running the clock down.
But there's excellent information from Nobody. He's used his Trailblazer and a flash to confirm that there's nobody over towards A. EDG can stack 3B.
Really trying to go for this one. I mean, they've got the spike in their hands, but they don't have control of B Heaven when they're just dumping all their util through. It's contact plays up into B Heaven. Slight angle and adjustment. It's there. Flick of the wrist. Good movement with the satchels. Kangkang just getting back out of it, but he's blind once more. The initiated util of the Giants players just too damn good, and they're barreling right onto the site. 12 seconds. Gonna get the plant down.
Spike plant.
Using the clock as such a resource here, Giants. It looked dangerous with only 30 seconds left, but the execution was perfect.
It's explosive. Cam spotting it out, doubled up from EDG. Here we go, flash, dodge, Nuki. He's holding the crossfire setup. I mean, the first kill's there, but they have lined up for him. Slam dunk. 5-2, Giants coming up with clear preparation. Game plans for the operator. The thorn in the sides, the amount of hype coming out, you know, Kang as this big game player.
And the damage that they did in round 6, plus the round win just now, has knocked EDG back down to an eco. And that resets the entire game plan. No longer do Giants have to worry about the operator. They don't have to go for these aggressive plays. They can revert back to plan A, start contacting around the map, and punishing EDG for not playing around mid enough. This is going to put some serious stress upon After, the coach of EDG. He's got to figure out what Giants saw in these VODs and identify EDG's own playstyle weaknesses live as it's happening.
Yeah.
This is always the issue with teams that have found success running a particular plan. What happens when teams are studying you and you have a target on your back? Do you have what it takes then to adjust?
If you're familiar as well with Giants game, you know, you've been watching them in LCQ, you're probably screaming at your monitor right now, saying, well, I mean, we kind of expected this. They are, yeah, when I think of Giants, almost like a mini Fnatic in terms of the preparation they put in. A lot of thought into their setups. Maybe that's also partially because they take a lot of their setups, but...
Well, that's the thing, though. Giants have a reputation of taking other people's kind of compositions, other people's strategies, but I think back to the quote, you know, a good artist copies, great artists steal. And I think that goes for Giants. They steal little pieces of other people's ideas and put them together into really solid game plans. I know for the people out there, if you've ever tried replicating some pro strategy in Premier or a ranked game, it's not as easy as just picking the right comp and going for it.
Trust us, it is not easy at all.
You've got to understand the real core of why things work, and that's one of the things that Rhyme and the rest of Giants, Pipson as well, have gone a long way towards kind of building up the foundations of their game.
Yeah. While we're on the half by round for EDG,
Cage triggered.
not as much danger into this one. I mean, I've got to sing the praises of some of the Giants players, I think, as well. In terms of utility, Cloud and Rhyme, especially when Rhyme's on the breach, their initiator util is fantastic. They always pick the right timings for it, able to follow up and set up their team. You can see the dog now getting a ton of information. They know that nobody's here.
I mean, Cloud in particular, I think, is one of the most underrated players that we have at the event. Everybody from EMEA, you know, everybody that's watched Cloud singing his praises repeatedly, but he's never really had that enormous success at an international tournament that would get the hearts and minds behind him in the same way that EDG have quite clearly captured hearts and minds coming into this tournament with their Tokyo run.
This could be their stage. We'll see Andy Flashblade dropping down. He's able to collect so many of these kills. All going his way. The space created. Howdong seemed aware of it, yeah. Expending the Cypher ults, yeah. No
Love that
there.
as well. Rhyme goes for the final kill. That was the ult point that he needed to get the Rolling Thunder online. The small things, that's now going to give them an additional tool to work with in this eco pivot round, where EDG can get knocked back down to bad weaponry. And what better tool would you want to deal with a potential op on the side of Kangkang than a Rolling Thunder?
Clear the Giants are coming ready.
The question for me is, have EDG adapted? They took the time out before an eco round. What's the adaptation?
Well, they purchase the operator once more. It's going to be located into mid, while the rest of the Giants, yeah, it's bursty. It's a flash, a satchel, getting some of that control of a ramp. Now Trailblazer just getting a little bit deeper, gaining that ground and control of it. Still got Seekers available to him. Rolling Thunder, that's going to clear out into the site. Smoggy is really in trouble. Has to dash to get back. Kang, he pounces on any sort of chances. EDG just raining in the bullets. The attempt is there from Giants. Bit of an evacuation attempt. Hoodie the TP towards the side. Rhyme was still locked into the corner, but he is cleaned up anyway. Even it down to just the one. Nuki alive, and they know, surely, they definitely do now. It's a 1v2. Good movement to isolate one of those fights, but no, Chichu wrapping right behind with the backstab. And so, able to steadily get these rounds going.
And that's not the value that Ryan was looking for with the Rolling Thunder there. He was hoping to catch people on site that were hard anchoring. And instead, everybody from EDG managed to get out through the smoke and screens. So didn't really find the value that they were looking for from the Breach ultimate, and EDG hold on with Kangkang pushing through a smoke in heaven to get some value out of the operator. This is still going to be a very good half, though, either way you slice it. And another few rounds to play for. 3 of them where EDG now looking like they want to challenge aggressively over towards Garage. This is different. A trap play, looking for someone that was going to be fighting there. Hoping perhaps to catch Fatinho going for that double blast pack. And look how quickly that's put Kangkang on a deep line.
This has to be anticipated though, and expected. Far back positioning by Hoodie. His job really just to contain this. He's pinging it out like there could be a push attempt. He's actually lost line of sight onto that angle, but Giants don't really have too many concerns of that. Again, as soon as they clear out mid, realize the operator isn't here. Now they work their way down, making a tiny bit of noise, but let's see if it's heard as a re-clear by EDG as well. Look at this, fully grouped up right behind them, and Chichu's job just to really contain. Lay it down to snake bites now, a bit of fire.
The flank though, the
yeah,
flank
right behind them, and that's what I was calling out earlier. EDG, they have taken up all that space, and they are not aware of it. Haodong shuts that down with the util out in their hands, and they are putting the squeeze right onto them.
No way! How on earth has he done that?
That is ridiculous!
There's no world where you should be able to get even 2 from that spot.
Show me that again.
How has he gotten 4? He's
Show
stuck.
me that again.
He is stuck, completely isolated on an island in a heaven. What was this?
Yeah, that's insane.
Oh my God.
Holy.
Play of the tournament, I think, there. So far, at least. Early days, of course. What was that?
Blinded.
Sometimes it feels like this Giant squad lives or dies by Fatinho's form. And part of that can be how he's set up, how intelligent the game plan is, how good the initiator utility is. Sometimes it's just, is he hitting? And boy, is he hitting today.
It's a real win condition on top of all the clear preparation that they've already unleashed onto them. This is going to grant him a lot of knowledge.
My
EDG
God.
at least, pushing deep out of there, but I believe that's going to get heard by Nuki. I mean,
I'm not going to lie, Brent,
serious.
I'm still rattled from the Fatinho.
oh, yeah.
I'm still rattled.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I mean, it was already going to be a good half from Giants. They didn't need that. They didn't need it. Now they're going into Smoggy, who might have a chance to do something similar.
Well, Smoggy thinks his area was cleared out prior. He's brought down. He had the knives as well. He was really going to be the crux of any attempt to turn this one. Instead, now Giants can really clear out most of this. Still diligent, the clearance and flushing out, using a showstopper as well, watching for it. That's unfortunate for nobody.
The showstopper had been out for so long, I don't think nobody considered it could still be active.
Suspected it. Paranoia connecting here. Crossfire setup. Hoodie was
This is
caught into the
dangerous.
corner. This is dangerous. Now they're starting to really flood out onto ramp and regaining main control. Rhyme doesn't know which way to look yet still. Looks it down, finds a target, but he was being squeezed by Haodong, but still, it's just one player. What can Haodong really do in this? 1v2. Damage under Fatinho. Fatinho going to be waiting for the right time as well, playing off his teammates' contact. This is actually quite brilliant. As soon as Cloud takes it, yeah, that was going to be the response. Safe hands.
EDG were forced to take an eco in that round, hoping that Smoggy's Knives could do something. And the reason being so that they can buy up here for round 12. Best case scenario, an 8-4 half for EDG. Did not think we'd be in that position, but I could just sense something from the quiet confidence again from Pipson during the map veto.
Oh, yeah.
It really
His
felt
head
like he
split
knew
with his
something.
chest.
He did.
Instantly, as soon as the bans came out.
Now Kangkang is going for a glass cannon operator in the final round here as Fatinho picks up one of his own.
Last chance,
Not where Hoodie was aiming to go, I don't think.
probably towards the high ground, but
Might end up
space
mattering,
given
actually.
up, yeah. He could have absolutely punished this, but Kangkang might still get punished. It's so dangerous. Damage done. There's no way you go for the repeat, but listen, he's never lacking confidence, is he?
And that was with no armor. I mean, all of the damage that goes through the wall there is even more impactful in that kind of situation.
Short miss, though. This is a EDG looking to try and take matters into their own hands here. A lot of util being used to clear this one out, though, by Giants. Pushing them back once more. There's still a minute on the clock, and they do have that player advantage, so don't have to worry too much. Nobody forced to use a flash A is concerned that he lost control of ramp.
And the mid-fight's coming through for EDG, but so late in the half. Chishu's done a great job there of picking up Nuki on the other side of things, who pings out the positioning of the defensive Viper, and Giants are going to call for a push through B.
They should be able to get into the side here, but time down to 34 seconds. Oh, Paranor's dropped down. Smoke propped up. Here's the flashes close to the corner as well. Paranoia is excellent. The movement. Coutinho all the way into the site. The fault line on top of it. Nobody can do a bloody thing. EDG, they're just sitting ducks right now. Corralled onto the point, onto the site. It's going to be an easy plant. Chichu late to the party. And again, it's a difficult scenario. Has to clutch this one out. And Giants, you know they're going to be playing that properly. Swinging it together, counting it down, and it's a 9-3 half. That's what we're looking at, not for EDG, but for Giants, who have come into this with all the preparation in the world.
My God, what a half from Giants. And preparation, I think, being the name of the game there. Their game plan was so sublime. I mean, going for the contact play when Kangkang doesn't have the AWP, and then speeding it up when he does, and making sure he couldn't find any value. Kangkang is 6 and...
You know, you turn up at these big events as well, you make a deep run at things like EDG, it does put a target on your back. It gives your opponents tape to work off.
And to be honest with you, I think Giants would have put this level of prep into any of their first round opponents. Look at the different setups that they can run here too. They have cam contact, and then Rhyme can go for a stun. I think the desk are absolutely right. This is a must-win pistol round for EDG, and yet the pistol rounds have been one of the areas in which Giants have demonstrated their prep the best across their win in LCQ, and the first one that we saw here today. It is silence out there.
Oh yeah, entirely. I mean, almost to the point where they're just AFK. I mean, they're looking back and forth like, okay. Do you smell a tech pause?
I smell it. I smell something.
Yeah.
We're in sewers right now.
Smelling something. It might be a tech pause. I mean, either that or they're just going to be taking a go at things. Sip of water. Was it YZ the other day? Just getting spammed through the wall, ice cold.
I mean, Giants must not have a clue what's going on here. Giants
yeah, just nothing revealed.
Absolutely lost.
Yeah, I mean...
They're completely lost. Like, where are these guys? Wait, are they contacting through B Heaven? How's that happened? Yeah, I mean, it's... Must
30
be
seconds left.
a round
Yeah,
two over
there's
for something or other
there's
here.
some issue, something going on.
But I mean, this is serious pressure on EDG right now too.
Rhyme is going to be, his finger's going to be hurting. He's holding this fault line for about a minute. Bro, he's, yeah.
The good part here is, though, you know, if things do get redone, Giants did not reveal a thing, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
There's no trap play or anything.
Shot zooming into the stage. And we're back to it. Please make some noise. EDG versus Giants. Let's get this one started. The second half of Split. Starting off with a pistol round. And it is a must-win pistol round, if you remember all the way back to what the desk was talking about.
And from what we've seen with Giants, it looks like they're trying to set a couple of traps around the map. So they have cam contact over towards A. And they can throw a fault line based off that. Fatinho's just prodding in mid to try and bait out a bit of utility early. And then they have flashes, they have paranoia. Issues if you try to get into B.
It's the beginning. Spotted out there, Fatinho. Another peek of it. Can hear the Trailblazer. Straight up the gut into mid. It's Kangkang who's taking the space off of it. Fast, isn't it? Right behind it.
I'm also interested in the buy here from Kangkang. He's gone for double blast pack, a classic, and armor, which indicates to me that they've actually got a set plan for this pistol round that involves him going really deep on an entry.
Nobody catching the jump peek of Cloud. Cloud now going to be calling, wait guys, could still be lurking around B. But in reality, EDG are grouped up. This cam hasn't been dealt with. Not sure when it's going to be spotting them, but now they're starting to burst out. Spots the feet. That's going to be the call. Giants now need to be ready for this one. Time being bored as well. There's a few crucial seconds of hesitancy, but EDG finally getting into it. Double satchel over the top! Right into his face! Nuki did not stand a chance, but they still need to get into the side and get this planted towards the backside of Elbow. Ryan will fall. Drop to his knees there. Still Fatinho chunked down, 22 health, waiting for the rest of his team here. Cloud, no heal in the back pocket, won't be able to top his teammate back up. Close to the corner here. Enough fuel left for Chichu. Obstacle created right in front of them. Comes down to all these timings and a sense of it. They just miss each other still. Plays towards screens. Kang, 4 kills. Give the people what they want. Hoodie spotted from the top. Will he get more? Not quite. It's the ace in the pistol.
You want some more value from Kang? He's gonna deliver. Instantly positive after a rough first half. I love how he's done this. So he throws his nade early towards elbow, and that forces anybody anchoring the site into that spot at the back of the maps. And he double blast packs, he knows that they're gonna be there. He has the classic, he can right click, and from there goes on a tear. Ridiculous pistol round from Kang, set up right from the beginning with the buy that he went for. Beautiful stuff, bringing it to Giants. That might make this map a little more competitive.
Yeah, that was the beginning they needed.
It was a must-win.
Bulldogs across the board, with the exception of Kang. He's saving a bit of extra pocket change. Wants an op for Christmas.
Giants are just going for the full gamble stack over towards A. This is probably going to be a little bit of a slow round. EDG filling things out, looking to try and avoid a stack like this. This would be an incredible map for Giants to take early. Brent, we know that EDG have been dominant in China, and they've been playing well recently at the international level too. They're currently on a 20-map win streak on Split.
Yeah.
EDG have not lost on Split in 726 days since August 2021. I mean, that's what Giants are currently on the verge of doing. Something historic here. And of course,
that, what was it, 20 wins in a row?
20 wins in a row on Split. Taking down PaperX, BLG, Team Liquid, all of those teams and more domestic teams within China. And even when they lost in 2021, it was in overtime. So they just haven't had a situation quite like this one in a while. The question is whether Giants can hold on and close out.
Aodong might be the recipient of some ult orbs if he can hit the shots here, because Giants, yeah, the gamble stack didn't pay off, but they are encroaching out towards. Flash, info gained. They know where they are. So we're going to be careful of this one. Everybody actually seeking to meet them, with the exception of Kang out towards the side. This is lovely util, gliding up, looking to see if they can take some of these guns away. Great nade. Spike detonated right to
Nuki needs to die.
Nuki does need to die, and he will do just that. So, not the healthiest round in the world for EDG. Kang was actually not present there. He wasn't able to, he wasn't able to save a Bulldog.
It's not the worst in the world either, though, because one of their players only bought a Ghost into that round, so they're still going to have, 2 Bulldogs, a rifle that they can bring in. In theory, it might be possible for Kang even to get up to his showstopper. He's pondering whether or not to go for the YZ Judge play.
He's wondering, feeling inspired. I think we all were. I was about to ruin ranked after I watched that game.
For your team, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, fast play from EDG, looking to try and trap somebody with that pull up towards ramp. They know the trip very early on. Nuki's got a cam behind it too, though.
Amount of players just waiting right beside Smoggy. Here with the Trailblazer, as soon as that's spotted, they want to just try and burst out onto him. Updrafts, a bound, and right round the corner and into the fray. Kang's there, and Kang strikes the duelist duo. Only grabbing the 2 before only falling down, but mid, complete control of it lost. EDG were quick to just take up all of that space once more. Now the trips are tripping them up, but only for a second here. Now they can start to get themselves into the site. The peek attempt by Nuki. Will he get the kills? He will not.
Bit of a whiff there from Nuki. He had a chance to make that round winnable. And this is a massive bonus, and this is what I'm talking about. It's one thing to go up significantly against a team based on prep work and having great ideas, hitting great form, but you still need to close things out. And giving EDG a bonus round here off the back of essentially what was a failed punish. Again, the idea is great from Giants. They know that when they use a dog like that and they use a pull, there's going to be a player inserted and posted on A ramp. Yeah. So they use their own utility to try and clear out Smoggy. And Smoggy ends up being like a little piece of worm on the end of a string that just pulls him along. He is.
Yeah. Pulls out the utility, pulls out the attempt to just clear him out of that position, and lo and behold, there's Kang waiting with Just the judge in hand as well. They double up. They get the team the advantage, create enough space as well. I mean, they just worked their way all the way through into mid.
And suddenly, this economy blooming for Edward Gaming.
Yeah.
Looking fantastic here. And starting to get up to some big ultimates too. I mean, Kangkang is only going to be one away from his showstopper now, which is certainly something that he could use probably in the round after this one, to be honest.
Enough money for Kangkang as well. If you were paying attention to the economy situation, he had, I believe, 6K in the bank. And yeah, purchase online with the operator on.
God,
see how this one
started
plays out.
already.
There's going to be players right in front of him. It's a clash and a brawl for B main. What util will be used to try and set them up? It's a TP across with the dog, and Giants have gained control of that one early. It's going to be called out. They spot too many players, not too sure. But the angle's lost by Kangkang. He will still be pushing up onto it. A tap onto the ore. Vitinho is trying to bait it. It's narrow.
That's very close. And the confidence, how bold Kangkang is to reclaim this space, essentially all on his own.
No, he's got no util really to set this up. Look at this. I mean, he's just clearing the corner of a classic.
Yeah, but that's given his team so much control. There's a lot of squads that would have just respected the fact that Giants have presence in the garage and chosen not to challenge out for the rest of the round.
This could still go wrong though. There's a Paranoia being held by Hoodie, and he's at the back of the site. A nade, still waiting, and a rifle in the hands of Vitinho. There's a flash, missing that initial shot. Paranoia was sent flying. Another smoke as well to set this one up towards the back of the site. Hoodie is staying alive, but not for long. Watch your fall on all of the angles. Vitinho is the only one who could do some serious work there with the rifle. Nuki seeing it to at least make it a bit more damaging. He will not do so. 7-9. That momentous lead the Giants hurt themselves. They are finding it difficult to hold on to it.
And that's the issue with those 9-3 leads. I mean, the reason why it's such a curse. You get a pistol and a bonus, and suddenly it's right back to being an almost even game. It's ridiculous. The way that Kangkang is set up for that first peek through B main towards Rafters, it's a double swing, where he has nobody kind of jiggling in front of him before he swings, baits the shot, draws the crosshair just a fraction away, and allows him to hit the shot. This is a trap play. This is a nasty one, actually.
There won't be any players looking to walk into it, not for now at least.
Seen a bunch of squads try to run this one, so cam contact is going to trigger the fault line from Rhyme. Vitinho watching, but can also blast back through with his showstopper.
Yeah.
It's deadly.
Should be securing a kill, but it's slow going on the attacking protocol. Dog doesn't see too much.
But you do see Vitinho and Rhyme for a moment there glance over towards A-Ramp just as the Viper ultimate, as the Viper utility was cycled, making sure that they aren't getting lurked up on. There's no threat there. The question is, does EDG fall for this?
They're walking into it.
It's not the cam that sees the toes. They can't do this if they go towards B Heaven.
Smoke in their face, propped up here all the way to B Heaven as a showstopper right behind! Vitinho with the triple!
Unreal.
Nasty surprise, and now heads on a swivel. EDG do not know what to do. It's how long he'd have to ace.
30 seconds left.
He gains this space, but Cloud right towards the back. Yeah, shuts it down. Prime Gaming flawless. All weapons intact.
And you couldn't ask the trap play to work any better. It wasn't off the cam's contact there. It was off noise being made in B Heaven, and Hoodie shoots the paranoia that forces people back into Mail and back into the rocket.
I love this from Giants, I really do.
It's all prep based, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
just
great.
lovely, lovely plans.
It's all facilitated by, you know, the supportive players. Been singing the praises all day long of players like Cloud, Hoodie, and Rhyme, but Paranoia is the util. It's been very good.
Blinded.
Stem the bleeding for now. EDG looked like they were really on the cusp of equalizing in terms of the rounds, but now it has been slowed down. Still enough money to buy though for EDG. Wall dropped.
And not just buy. Kangkang has another operator.
Oh, the jump spot. Nuki! That's brave of you. Facing into it. He thought he'd be favored.
He just shouldn't be able to hit quick scopes like that.
But he's so consistent.
It's ridiculous.
Never seen anything like it. Sean was talking about it on the desk. There's a player in his type of form, Vitinho. He needed to answer back, and he does, with Smoggy falling now. But Kangkang's right there, taking up the space, and they're watching for all sorts of pushes. Howdong still slowing it down, still not shying away from this fight either. Seekers pointing directly to where Hoodie is, spamming it down, sidestepping the spacing, good enough, but still there's a smoke in their faces. Using the TP and he will get out of dodge. Hightail out of there, survives, and buying time for the rest of his team.
But this is still going to be a very difficult 2v3. They have Fault Line and Paranoia. Potential to make something happen here, but Chishu's orb is good. It's going to be nasty.
Here it is, Fault Line Paranoia as well. There's the info. Ult's being committed. Hoodie into the back corner. It's cleared out though. We'll give him good information. He knows there's one player there, but now you have to second guess things really. How do Giants get through this? Do they want to do it? Exactly.
There's no point saving. They have good weaponry, and it's more important to damage EDG's economy.
The layers of Util though are so good right now. EDG have slowed it to a crawl. The pull, the snake bite. Now they're making a go at things, but Kang is there. He takes the first peek, takes the player out. Warp goes right back up as well, and the decision has been made for him with Rhyme. He's going to be chased down for his gun. You know, he's got enough to buy for the next. It doesn't really do too much in terms of harm to the economy.
Yeah, but trying to go for the 1v3, very difficult compared to the two. Kang's operator, it just puts the fear of God into you. I mean, he takes it for a walk up a ramp and catches Fatinho after already finding value earlier in the round, and then picks people up in the post plant. How, in what world is he hitting that?
It's all Nuki trying to punish the missed shot onto Rhyme with the jump spot.
Absolutely it is.
And yet still he pulls out magic.
I mean, in theory,
yeah.
Nuki is favored there, but unless he hits the headshot instantly, Kang is so talented and is just, it feels like he's figured something out about the op that nobody else knows. I mean, he's just got the timing on those quickscope shots down to a T.
Yeah, like nobody's business. Here we go. The beginning to the round. Close corner. Held up by Cloud. He'll be able to take contact maybe when push gets a little bit deeper into the choke point. Kang is almost pre-aiming for the headshot angle. He is taking this space. Haven't really made too much noise. Haven't really spoke about this as well. Fatinho's also purchased into the operator, watching that down mid. There's no sign of it. Hoodie holding the Paranoia now.
Yeah, this is off Cloud's contact. Cloud is holding an off angle where he thinks it's impossible that Kang checks this.
Stars. Placed down. There's a trigger. As soon as a flash is used, Hoodie sends it flying. There's a smoke. Blocks him off through the choke point. A bit of counter spam as well.
It's all just a fake.
And yeah, it has faked it. Almost entirely. The rotation's been pulled. Giants, none the wiser here. None the wiser.
But it's going to be very slow for EDG to get into A. There is still a chance that Rhyme's utility could be there in time to help Nuki. But they're not rotating quickly enough.
And it is all on Nuki. There's a setup. Will he be able to persevere? Trip is good. Catch onto Smoggy. Neural Theft now online. It's going to get some highlights. Can he hit the shot through the cage? It is carnage and chaos. He can't quite do it, but time to flood in. Giants have just toppled over. All the ults. And it's enough to snowball the advantage into a round win. Cloud forced to just scurry away, keep the rifle. EDG just need one more round. It'll be even.
I don't think Giants got the read early enough that was a fake. When EDG are running the double duelist composition like that, and the Cosmic Divide goes down, and they're throwing Sky utility, if there isn't immediately a Jet and Raze going forwards, you know, within 5 seconds, I think you can afford to drop at least one player away to the other side and consider that. Howdong is a very smart caller. He's gonna roll a couple of these fake rounds in there every now and then. We've seen them do it in the tournaments in China. We've seen them do it in Tokyo too. They are not a one-dimensional team. They have a lot of range to what they do. The Giants just didn't quite get the read there early enough to be able to help Nuki as he was getting overwhelmed on site. Instead, the flood came through and EDG were ready for it.
And this could have been, I mean, it could have been a very different outcome. Nuki gets value there.
Or if Rhyme wins that duel, right? Yeah. There's a possibility there that if he goes 1-for-1, there's still a chance. But yeah, all hopes were really on Nuki. And a timeout's going to be called there. You saw that reaction from Pipson. He wasn't particularly happy with what was occurring. We'll see what kind of thing Giants adjust, or if indeed they just try to grab control by running more of their set plays, more of the traps.
But it has thoroughly slipped away from them.
Oh yeah, any lead is now diminished.
Yeah, the timeline looking all on the side of EDG with the attack. And it's the worst case scenario really if you're a coach or player as well. You blink and you miss it. You think you're up at the half, you lose the pistol round, all right, still we're in it, we're Yiko. Okay, fair enough, you lose that round. Then you lose the bonus, and then just begins to snowball out of control. Before you know it, you're sat at the precipice now, where what was a very solid forward lead is about to be evened up.
And this is where the mental game comes through, too. Because despite the fact that Giants are up 10-9, it feels like you're losing. Because you're losing your grip of the advantage that you already had.
Exactly.
When the game was paused during the timeout and you were feeling great about things. And the flux of emotions, you have to make sure you don't get washed away.
All this with Vitinho really hitting. I mean, still a top performer for their team.
Yeah.
And the ideas have been good, and yet still EDG are doing this much damage.
Well, that's what happens when you play against the top squad.
Rhymes holding. Form of utility, just waiting for something there. Not quite. Not going to be getting the Q. Let anything loose. Still slow going, and it's going to be the case quite often, you know, when Kangkang's got the operator on the attack side. Not going to see too many bursty plays.
And the issue for Giants, how do you hold against this off? You can't hold every angle at once, and EDG are going to flash you, pressure you with various pieces of utility off. Can you repeak? Can you get information? Or are you too scared about getting hit by that Kangkang op that could be anywhere at any time because EDG do not give you very many cues?
Cam spotting out.
Camera.
Nobody going to be removing it, actually. Pretty crucial. But 50 seconds in the round.
These trips also that Nuki's put in mid are vitally important because it means that Giants don't have to peek for information towards mid, towards, you know, Mail or B Heaven. They don't have to try and run into Kangkang's operator. They can leave those traps just doing what they're doing.
Now they hear it. Trailblazers going to get used to that choke point again. Dash forwards from Smoggy. Where's the follow-up over on top of the corner? Hoodie! There was no defense, no help out from his teammates. Reinforcements were definitely there, but Nuki, he's left alone now. It's crumbling beneath him. The floor, and even more than that, still, all that space granted to them. It's an attempt to flood in, but time running so damn short. 10 to 10, what we're staring at.
And it's starting to look shaky from Giants. The pressure perhaps getting to them, realizing they had an opportunity and are letting it slip. I think Hoodie was late there on the paranoia. No smoke for himself. Nuki missing the pop on the cage too. Shaky individual stuff from the two anchors that had to deal with all of that pressure from EDG. A little shake of the head there tells you everything you need to know. 4 players over towards A right now.
Rolling Thunder. Not sure if they wanted to try and use something off of it, but no. Just a snake bite thrown out.
Cam's trips in the same kind of spot. I mean, that says to me that that was Pipson's biggest kind of input in the timeout. You know, if I was to speculate.
Natural. Okay, Vitinho.
What's he up to there?
Yeah, I mean, maybe getting a little bit too brave, but he does back away. And they are backing entirely away. I mean, just look at the minimap. The defensive setup has given up entirely on that A main choke point while the spike is drifting towards that direction. EDG, they set in, again, that prior conditioning. There's nobody who was sending in his util, but that's a good indicator. Cloud, he also has the Seekers. If he chooses to use them right now, it's going to be a great tell. Tino getting back up onto the angle. Here's the Seekers now. And yeah, this will spot this one out.
Where does Rhyme?
Towards them.
Where and when does Rhyme use his ultimate?
It's going to be the big difference maker.
I assume it's going to be used pre-plant.
All the way further back here, running themselves into mid. Bait and switch. The trip is triggered, and this is causing a bit of confusion into the mix, into the ranks of Giants. They're calling all sorts now, wondering where this is going. There's still one more trip to catch this contact, but I mean, the more this clock gets ran down, the more this Rolling Thunder is just going to be denying everything, just baiting and removing these util. They pulled these players all over the place.
20 seconds.
20 seconds now. Rolling Thunder just to try and stall them out. Giants are flooding right back into elbow. Full line still being held. EDG, they are not getting themselves anywhere right now. All this util is bogging them down. They cannot get into the site. They have to win these duels out and more, and it's just not going to happen. The plan has to be stuck. It's broken down, and Giants have the answer.
Excellent response from Giants there. EDG were a little too late and a little too slow in terms of how they pathed around the map. Yes, they broke all of those Cypher setups, but there was only 25 seconds left by the time they were causing that level of chaos. Oh, and they still had Rhyme's ultimate to be able to use. Love the pace adjustment from Giants. taking it slow, using the Cypher utility in mid so that they don't have to challenge Kangkang, and making the operator a liability that uses too much time to find an advantage. But they still need another 2. And they've not been fast coming.
But it has been these good signs from Giants ever since the timeout. Good changes to the overall setup. This time removing the trips though, taking him away from mid. They know Hoodie's been playing there. They know Hoodie's been playing there.
Great read.
It's been multiple rounds in a row.
And that's just very smart players. A small adjustment on the fly. Something the Giants are often good at themselves, getting a taste of their own medicine.
With Hoodie falling, it has pulled players over towards B. And again, nobody just conditioning with this Sky utility. There's not too much after this one. Vitinho, nasty angle to hold. Crouched up, you don't really expect that. You are nobody trying to take that space, but it has made the correct call and read and decision. Cosmic Divide, though, won't be able to follow up on these trips, actually. Nuki cannot spam it, and he's still holding for it. I mean,
is that push from Chishu?
Chishu did not need to push that. He was lit up entirely. His position was noted. Here's a flash play, flooding right back in. Giants are coming at him with a vengeance into the back of the side. Kangkang is the last one left here. The adjustment, the flick, but he's got so much to do, and then enough resources. He made a bloody good go of it, though.
Can you imagine if there had been one less player from Giants there? I mean, that's an unfathomable 3K even to begin with. But the fact that Giants had enough players to be able to weather that kind of storm and still win the round is ludicrous. That gets Giants up to match point. That play.
A critical turn.
And a critical error as well from Chishu there. I mean, throwing his life away for no reason.
Completely
going
agree.
through his own Cosmic Divide. I think he got scrambled. You know, he's inside Smoggy's Cloudburst, getting caught, I believe, by the trap wire. I mean, Edward struggle into game in these final 2 rounds. They're going to have to get game in again.
No, you're right. The critical error, man. I mean, if you think Chishu stays alive in that instance,
maybe it makes
one
all the
extra
difference.
body. I mean, you got to think it does. If Kangkang's hitting shots like that at the end.
Yeah. This time, though, another crucial element a little earlier in the round. It was another fake attempt from EDG, right? Hardon calls another fake, but this time Giants got the read on the fake way earlier. And they did that by throwing a fake flash out from Cloud and double swinging, with Cloud and Rhyme both clearing B main and realizing there's nobody there. We need to scramble to A, because this is going to be a hit and there's only Nuki home. That time they were able to get there exactly when required. Nuki found a kill on a player who made a mistake, and it changed the entire course of the round. Giants have ults here to close out, but the same could be said on the other side to keep things closer.
One more round is all that's needed for Giants. EDG trying to stay alive in the map. Into OT, drag it all the way. Those ults will be a problem. Gotta think how much damage Vitinho's been able to do. Not just damage, but yeah, op battle into mid. Angle 1! And Vitinho! Oh, he shuts him down. Kangkang. It's rare to see him lose a fight like that.
Vitinho favored being the defender in that position, but it doesn't mean much a lot of the time against Kangkang. Still, great shot, great reaction. And that's taking the star player out, the superstar player from EDG. Giants poised, ready to win split.
Taking map number 1 would be huge.
And breaking a 20-map win streak for EDG on this map.
I've got your trail.
Almost unheard of. Seekers offloaded now to give that information, and the call is made to try and burst into this one as a trademark, or at least a trip up top. That's going to be broken towards the corner of the site. Nothing to really clear this one out. They don't have the util from the Raze. Kangkang went down earlier, and Nuki, what a player he is. Neural Thefts out! Nobody! He's going to try and salvage this. It's 2 versus 2, and time still available. Haldon, though, he's running. Does not know that Cloud is close. And here's the Trailblazer. Nobody's done the most here, but can he do even more? Left. It would have to be incredible. Doubled up Giants, leaving no gaps. But as I say, that's 6 bullets! Nobody is an animal!
What a moment for Nobody! What a moment! The fake tap and the swing.
Spike
The Red Bull clutch is just ludicrous there. Absolute ridiculous moment.
Remaining.
It looked like Giants had everything wrapped up. I mean, it wasn't just what nobody was able to do, but how long finding a pick on the other side of things. The momentum swung so quickly.
Insane.
Hoodie's
And
got a
already-
sheriff.
Yeah, we're seeing the battle take place, aren't we? Out towards it, risks need to be taken. Vitinho's pushing into them. There needs to be the trade. There is, but as backup, Giants have stacked this one hard and fast. Kankang's only got the judge, for God's sake. Caught into the corner, the Cloudburst and the nade, trying to bail him out with the snake bites, but it is all over the place. Pandemonium at its core, and it's left down to this. Players are done, damage is done. Can they collect the kills?
Cloud was too weak.
It's a scramble.
It's absolute chaos in the final round of regulation.
2 versus 2 though. Not pulling the punches. There's no disguising where they are landing. Hoodie, 22 health. He gets the kill.
Down.
Spike drop down. It's all up to Chichu. Overtime or a map win for Giants. And Giants more than favored now. Set up for it. They know where the spike is. Nasty shot. Doesn't know where Hoodie is. No gun picked up. Orb placed up. He has time. 40 seconds. Slow it down all the way. Oh, it's dropped! And Chichu, it's the back-to-back Red Bull clutches. We are going to overtime.
That is just unfathomable from EDG. The two of their players would step up like that. 10 to 12.
You're kidding me.
And they get back-to-back 4K 1v2 clutches from nobody and Chishu. Pipson can't believe it. I can't believe it. At this point, what more can Giants do? What more can they do to set themselves up into favored positions and close things out?
The roar of the crowd behind them. EDG. It's brought to overtime. Get over the hurdle and bring it all the way here. Giants should have been set up for it. Leading in the map for most of the time, but what a task they've had.
When you're playing against a top squad, the final round can be the most difficult. Actually putting them away and securing the map win can feel like a mountain to climb.
Time to collect themselves, so already into this one. Lovely full line of Paranoia again. Held on, out into the open. Kankang falls. Just dropping down, trying to at least capitalize off of all of that, but there was no real util to set him up as a 3v5. And Giants, they have the post plant. Forward position from Vitinho. Theory, this should be wrapped up. It's going to have to take, again, massive moments, but we've already seen it from EDG. Can they do it once more, 3 times in a row? Cloud out wide. Still close to the corner. Vitinho, he's cleaned up, he's traded. Chichu, he's been consistent with it, but not consistent enough. Giants with a hammer and anvil, they're slamming it down now. They find themselves once more at map point.
This is going to be Giants' third opportunity to put EDG away on split. It took unbelievable heroics, incredible moments for EDG to hang on. Now they're going to be asked to do it again. In both of these OT situations, they've not gone for that glass cannon operator. Kankan just picking up a rifle, trying to do it the old-fashioned way. This is great as well from Giants at the start of this round. They've smoked off towards B, faking garage control.
This play, somebody's contact, some form of it. The util, the dog actually does connect there. I throw something else into the mix. He had a nade. Clears them all the way out, so an attempt of a trap play. Foiled ever so slightly. Still some slight damage being done, but Cypher setup still intact. The rest of EDG making their way to A.
Can Giants get the read? Or are EDG going to have a site here that only has Nuki and Ryan defending it? God, what awareness there, putting down the cage because they know that A Heaven's been a favored area for EDG to go towards.
Lost control of it.
The trap still hasn't been broken. I mean, in theory, they still have control over A Heaven.
Flash pushing them back. There's 40 seconds left. Time could start to become a problem here, but now they start to flood all the way through. Aftershock. Look at that util again. Rhyme is just slowing it all the way down to buy time for the rest of the team. And Nuki holding his ground down. Updraft, dash over the top. Smoggy does not have a clue. And Giants are here, ready to play, ready to end it. It's 2 that left to start EDG. They can't withhold it. Surely not. Nobody in G2. Bullets running out!
Not again!
They're not winning their fights with a spike out in the open, and Heaven Control is still there for Giants!
No way!
Cloud falls! It's up to Hoodie! Denied it! Spike there though, picked up, and a plant. Down for nobody. 1 versus 1. Stay alive, TP, Hoodie. Down on the ground, a flash, no connection, paranoia either side. It's all about timing! And nobody wins it!
I can't believe what I'm seeing here, Bren. Another 4K, another clutch. They won't go quietly into the night. Every time Giants have an advantage. EDG respond. EDG are going to take a tactical timeout here. I mean, what is the coach going to say? Just keep clutching, boys?
Yeah, I mean, God knows.
It's just impossible. It's absolutely impossible what they're doing.
And you just think it's not possible. I mean, I'm staring at that situation. 2 players left alive. They're out in the open. They shouldn't be favored in any of the fights they're taking, yet somehow winning it out. Multiple rounds in a row now. Think about what this is inflicting on Giants as a team. We're going to another round of OT. It's a timeout call, and you can feel it. Look at that. I mean, Pipson, he's got more than a few words to say.
Yeah, that is frustration showcased. You know, there's a couple of ways that you can approach this mentally for Giants. You can think to yourself, we've been in control the whole time. We were up 12-10, we're up 12-11, we're up 13-12. We've always had the opportunity. They've not had a single map point. We're eventually going to win this. That's the optimistic way of looking at it. On the other side of things, you can think to yourself, why can't we close it out? What's wrong with us? Why do we keep peeking? Why are we throwing these opportunities away? It's all about how you frame it mentally, and that's going to affect how you perform. Kangkang has the op. He's on the other side of the map. Not a factor.
For a fast player, looks like, yep, setting themselves up for it, aren't they? Satchel is going to cost once more. Damage is done, though, for Tino. He's dropped to 70 health. There is a heal online. Bring him back up to full with armor. Still, Cloud clearing the way. Trailblazer getting a lot of information here. EDG looking to still hold on to that A Heaven Control, using util of their own now. It's traded back and forth. The smokes, flash in his face. Smoggy, great disengage, staying alive for now. Looks like the hit's starting to come through, but EDG, they still have players ready and waiting. They're gonna have to find this one with raw firepower. Giants finding it a difficult task to chew through, or are they? Rhyme has found his mark and found more than that. The plant starting to go down. No one watching that corner. Spike, it's planted. Smoggy's there. Only with the shorty though, not enough to get the job done once more. 14-13. How many times are we going to find ourselves in this position?
This time, though, team leader IGL Rhyme steps up, delivering some gorgeous shots. That 2K in Heaven onto Kangkang and Haodong is beautiful. And look how much it's hyped the squad up. At some point here, it feels like Giants are going to break through. EDG have had ridiculous individual multi-kill rounds to keep them from the brink of losing split. But EDG are determined to keep this streak going.
Determined to stay alive in the map.
This looks like a bit of a trap setup. You can see Rhyme potentially holding a fault line towards mid again. It's on Cloud and Fatinho to hold contact. There's no cam there. It's not as beautifully set up as the last time that we saw this. No showstopper to follow through with as well. But it's still dangerous.
It feels a bit more cobbled together, but like you said, still dangerous. Maybe enough to get them over that finish line. They've been desperately hunting for it. Nobody's job. Spot out the setup. See if he can see where the camera is. Doesn't see it through the wall. Nuki, it's an off angle. He sees it away. Reaction to the side. Nobody's there.
Oh my God.
Nobody is here to stay. The A side is his. The call is made, but guess what? No intention of EDG. They've contacted all the way through into B main. It's still being watched for. Giants have absolutely called him out in the open, and nobody left again to do so much.
He would have to ace to keep the map alive!
Can he do it again? Surely there's no chance in hell. Seeker's pointing into a direction, opens it up, 1v1. Where's the last player at? Seeker pointing him towards it. Into new box, 14 bullets, but still 30 health! And Vitinho finishes the job!
Very comfortable on Chamber, but I am thinking a little bit about how it might tether him to certain areas. Kangkang loves to be mobile. If he has to be tethered to his trademark or a rendezvous, perhaps it might let him have a little less impact even on the defense side.
Can be limiting sometimes, but see how this one begins here. Pistol round. EDG desperate to drag this one to 3.
Take a look at the Viper wall that Chishu has put down. It's a really weird one, but Nuki's already tried to counter it. He's got a trip. If anybody tries to lurk through to pocket, he has a cam that's going to be able to see behind the Viper wall on both sides. It's a lovely Cypher setup that's very specifically countering the Viper.
Very aware. A little bit of util being used just to try and push out towards Hookah, but it's exchanged on either side. Now the regroup, but at the same time re-cleared. Giants, yeah. Trailblazer gets broken. Still gives them knowledge and pretty decent information here. Game plan of Giants as well, going to be playing this one quite passive with the cam set up. They can see it now. Yeah, all the bodies running their way down towards short. Hoodie has to hold it down, and he will with the snake bite at his feet. No one can really cross that line, but space has been granted to them, and there's 35 seconds remaining here. EDG starting to run all the way forwards. No hiding or obfuscating anything that's coming their way. With the right clicks, Hoodie is doing more than that. More than work. Tries to pick up the upgrade, but
Spike down.
it's all done and wrapped up essentially for the pistol round. Full containment.
Giants pistols just look so strong. They have excellent ideas. And surely Haldong is not going to get even a sniff of being able to win this one. But I feel like I've still got my heart in my mouth from what happened towards the end of Split. Giants pistols just look excellent. The Cypher setup I'm very impressed with. And then also a little desperate, I think, there from EDG trying to push into backside without really any setup. Nobody being able to swing from, you know, triple or anything like that. No utility setup either. And Hoodie and Rhyme are just able to lock it down. It's a good start for Giants. Different Viper wall here. This one going to be the standard, I think, that Chishu ends up throwing most of the time. We see Nuki go for a slightly different Cypher setup on A too.
No missteps here, already straight through. Over and on top of the smoke. Tino setting up Rhyme, allowing him to get out of there with the nade. EDG hard press right now as well. All the bullets raining down onto them. Kills are going to be flowing, and you do not want them in the hands of Tino. Closer he gets to the showstopper, the worse it's going to be for them.
Right here.
Not sure where that was meant to be.
Trailblazer goes through, spots Kangkang just tucked in the corner. Got 3 bullets in the Headhunter. Hard pressed to find any value out of that, I think.
Yeah. Coutinho desperate to vacuum up all these kills.
Oh, they got 1.
They get a 1.
This is a big gamble, though, for EDG, picking Bind. And having lost map 1, it now puts the pressure on. They're coming in here with a new composition that hasn't been match tested, at least for them. And also, they have no idea how good Giants are on this map. I don't think anybody does, unless you've been scrimming specifically with Giants recently. We have not seen them play Bind. We don't even know how they were in the regular season. Didn't touch it. Have they been cooking it behind the scenes? How good does it look? How many strategies have they built up? Do they have trap plays? Different ideas? I'm seeing Rhyme on a judge.
Yeah, he's holding down Hookah. It's an area you do not want to push towards. Interesting Viper Orb. Cuts up the deep angle. Still Rhyme. Even if you do use util to clear him from this position and spot, still a danger to run into it. EDG running laps around so far.
Scout destroyed.
Clear goal in mind. Smoggy, good that he breaks the dog there, but lovely nade as well. Oh my God.
Kept alive by a shred.
Same setup though.
The trip.
In the face, kills though. This time, flowing. All the way for EDG. Showers controllers there's front of the side as well. Will be that plan down. So, bonus round for Giants.
Yeah, not really looking too potent at the moment. Rhyme is trying to sneak around here. It worried, I suppose, about where the trademark would be, but he's slipped the net. There isn't very much time, though. I mean, at this point, it's almost like Giants would be wanting to play for exits more so than anything else. There's still a valid way of damaging EDG's economy.
Hello. Nade. Yeah, Kang safety. Back towards Showers. Rhyme's only got a judge in the middle of this, by the way. That's why he's laid down this smoke. Hold on. Time. Is there going to be enough to make a play of this one? A tap onto the defuse, forcing out the util is really ticking now. EDG,
what a shot.
It's being made expensive. Chichu doing enough to try and stop that and contain, but he was sole survivor.
That's so much damage.
It is a ton of economical damage.
Once
Giants.
again, EDG have a single player that came in with a ghost. I mean, Haodong doesn't buy anything up into that, but they're going to invest here. This is not, you know, this is really going to harm them.
Bit more of a broader reset. The rifles on either side, though. Looking at Fatinho, he is one away from that showstopper. There's a play being made towards B-Long. They want to grab that orb, and it's being pinged out. EDG want to try and counteract this, so they're going to try and spam this position. Flash connects. Deep one from nobody that they just see anything.
They're not bold enough to go for it, though. Fatinho is still going to remain one away from the showstopper, and instead they're setting up a trap play. Looking to try and pop flash off Fatinho's contact. So playing B-Long slightly differently, perhaps to how they would have intended at the start of the round. Kang took Showers control in the previous round and was able to entry onto Nuki, who was holding back sight, and now he's instantly taken Showers again. I mean, he just recognized they're not fighting for Showers control, they're playing a Cypher on A, I can take this for free. And again, the adaptation and the recognition of that comes through almost right at the start of the game. They're limit testing. And they found that they can push.
Here we go, Seekers now being used in that 45 seconds. Nuki still. High ground angle towards Heaven. He can hear all the util being used, and Hoodie does need some help. Here it is. With the spam being chunking down some of these players of EDG. Still getting the plant down. Anything to deny this? And Nade. Haodong survives. It doesn't do too much. Nobody's still there. God almighty, he's brave. Still taking a fight towards them, but Giants are set up for this with a massive player advantage. Have to take this fight together. Flicks to the side for Fatinho. They're on time. Able to get that trade, but you just never know. I am holding my breath in every instance. Doesn't matter how disadvantaged EDG are.
I mean, they've shown that they deserve that level of respect with what they were able to put together towards the end of Split. I love the way that Smoggy's trying to isolate individual fights, but it is a round for Giants. And it's a successful defense. Particularly that, being able to take down Kang there, Hoodie just swings through, deletes the chamber, and they're able to swoop around the back of Triple, cleaning everybody else up too. It's a very nice way of defending the A site, but at some point I think Giants also need to mix in some aggression or even a crunch play towards Showers. EDG though, they don't really have a buy here. Kang's got 4 bullets in the headhunter and Chishu has a rifle.
Hoping as somebody walks into them with the jump spot that was spotted prior. They need to break this util though. Again, it's causing problems for them. Vulnerable to up. Hoodie. Snakebite, drop down. This setup is tangling them. All sorts of danger and problems.
Yeah, they're not really finding ways of being able to deal with it. I mean, they have their own Viper set up there. They can walk Smoggy down, throw some blast packs. They can try to get rid of these traps fairly early on in the round. They know that Giants have been playing passively on A, but EDG just trying to brute force it, and that shot working a bit better than I was expecting.
Nade's late as well, doesn't deny the plans. There's a rifle for Chichu. Kang, one away from his ult. Here it is, set up though, fight taken over the top. Rendezvous escapes the danger zone. Showstopper won't be getting too much value there. Flash re-clearance, Chichu fighting right into it with the judge. Never favored on the top high ground angle as well. Kang's caught. Just the shoulder, Fuse can start to get stuck, and there's nothing to push this off. I mean, there's an ult in the back pocket, but Haodong does not look to expend it.
Not worth it in a round like this, is it?
Half gain, and look at this, min-maxing. Just trying to hunt out these guns. Fatinho actually committing it.
Oh
Damage is done. Orbital strike, though, in response, and yeah, that's cleaned up. Still
No time! No time!
Oh my goodness! No way!
Where do EDG pull these moments
I
from?
mean, a Giants got off to defuse.
That's-
Was there a molly?
Yeah,
I think I missed the molly.
I mean, there was a molly coming through. They managed to get half on it. But at the same time, I really didn't think that would be winnable. I mean, just had no clue that that was going to end up being winnable.
There's just no shot.
But specifically, the kill that Haldon gets there onto the player with his ultimate means that they can't get back onto the spike quickly enough.
Yeah.
A couple of milliseconds would have made the difference.
Let's play.
That is just
What a momentum turner.
an insane series of events. Giants though set up. Have a trap play in the works. Using that term quite a bit. Flash here, no connection. Smoggy's job just to contain and hold. Meanwhile, Kang is pushed all the way up, isn't he? Tour de Force is there, Jiggle misses it. Another white face as well, second shot going down. Haldon needs to respond and hold this one here, but he's being faced by all sorts of players with the pistols. Giants! Oh, from absolutely nowhere.
What a response instantly to a ridiculous clutch by Haldon. Pulling out a Thrifty of their own would just be magical right now. That's a great snake bite, puts a bit of damage onto Cloud, and Rhyme's still pretty much stuck under Hookah. They get rid of him.
This could easily be turned though at a moment's notice. Again, just heads need to be hit. Half armor on Chichu, he will go down even at range from the Sheriff. Flash is good, round to the side here. Still seeing how they want to poke and prod this one. Where are the
30
players?
seconds left.
Isolated, you got to know that Cloud's there. Spotted him now with the flash. There it is. Tap, tap. Hoodie towards the back still. Taking a fight and giving him a chance and an opportunity. But it's shut down into the 1v1 pit in the hands of him. Nuki creeping onto the angle. Plant has to be stuck now. There is that extension of time, but he's already into the pit. Decay kicking all the way in. Does he have the timing? Right behind him, he missed the shots. It was handed to Nuki on a platter, but he lost his cool. I mean, I have to see that again.
I mean, an almost static target. Shishu slow walking through the pit. And Nuki couldn't hit the first shot, couldn't control the spray. That is an opportunity squandered from Giants after such beautiful shots hit from Hoodie and Rhyme earlier on.
Yeah, I mean, that is just
Tragedy.
should have been Giants every day of the week.
Pibson might not survive this match.
Oh, yeah. This is, I mean, he's been animated.
There've just been so many moments where Giants have set themselves up for success and it hasn't mattered because of the quality from EDG or the incredible heroics they pull out or small mess-ups from the Giants players.
Tiniest of mistakes.
This time Nuki's gone for a deeper trip towards showers. So he's going to have information if Kang goes towards there, but this hit's coming to be.
It spots two. The dog spotted two. Smog is out there. He's got the showstopper. Vitinho attempted to evade. Rhyme into the back, but he is brought down anyway. Util at his feet. Can't stand his ground, excuse me. Hold that one. There will be a plant. Giants just have two remaining here. No conceivable way for you to get any sort of ground. Smokes in their face.
And this Brimsmoke is still going to last for quite a while.
Yeah.
They're both going to fall at about the same time here, the one-way orb and the smoke. It might offer an opportunity. Nah, yeah. They're just out. No opportunity presenting itself for Nuki to find redemption in this. And I love the play from Smoggy. I mean, like you said, the Trailblazer into the Showstopper combo is something that's been added to so many teams' repertoire at this point. But then Vitinho tries to dodge it with a blast pack of his own. I like the idea Smoggy already adjusts. We see quite a lot of Raze players whiffing their ults. Look at this one. Little blast pack to try and dodge it.
Just bides his time. The extra second he needs to adjust the aim of it.
Very patient. And Ryan tried to make the play, sprinting through on a bit of a flood defense. Failed there too.
With EDG now leading one round here on map number 2, forcing the timeout out of Giants. Probably know Pipson's up in arms. We've been seeing it in the coach cam.
I think you can't be too mad about how that particular round went, but he might want to have some impact just generally about talking strategy. I really feel like one of the things we haven't seen yet from Giants is going for some kind of either Showers crunch off the cam contact or off a trip being broken. That's definitely a possibility. It's somewhere that Kankan is playing a lot, and it's also, with the Modern Chamber, he's not going to be able to escape that easily from a spot like that,
Yeah.
even if he has his Rendezvous active and he's playing inside of it, which he often isn't going to be as he scales up through Showers.
Now, on Split, when we saw kind of a similar approach where EDG were poking out, feeling out the setups, a lot of their success has come on just landing on B. Going away from the Viper setup, away from the Cypher setup. We saw adjustments from Nuki.
Yeah.
After a timeout, I wonder if we're going to see again. Yeah, we are. So he's immediately changing the setup up over to B. They've realized that losing that particular area. Here are the adjustments.
So if Nuki had an adjustment off a timeout in Split, and he now does it again, can EDG predict that? Kankan has an operator. He's going to be swinging over towards Fountain, but there's nobody home. They're not playing B long aggressively. And that's going to make things feel very different from EDG's point of view. You know, you don't see anybody here, you don't hear any Sky utility at all. That's unusual for Bind B. Usually a pretty decent sign that the Cypher's going to be anchoring.
Absolutely.
Look how much space EDG are just getting for free in Showers.
Og doesn't spot two players in pocket.
But it basically cleared the rest of the site.
Didn't see anything yet. EDG still looks to test it. Over towards B. I would be thinking at the back of my head, maybe they could pivot with the Showers TP, but they don't have control of it. Looks like they do want to just end on B. It's the Seekers, nobody. As soon as he lets this one rip, that's going to be the go button. Molly into the back. Snake bites to try and push them back for just a moment. There's also these trip setups as well for the TP. It's an adjustment by Giants as well. Still, the trips taken care of. Still one more at the feet. And Nuki is doing quick work of it. Haven't claimed Hoodie, but he will fall in the end. And Nuki is just dodging, ducking, and weaving all around the map. It leaves it just to Howdong. 1v2. The tap, forcing it out, but it's a double setup on the high-low. Giants instantly there.
Great finish to the round there from Nuki and Ryan. Nuki finding a bit of redemption too for the missed Sheriff shot. The double up is something that they've been missing a little bit in those moments where EDG have found clutch situations. And I was talking about a Showers crunch. This one, it's the opposite. It's a sand crunch that they go for. The cam is set up inside Hookah, and off the cam's contact or any kind of noise being made, those players that were controlling short from the double pocket setup sprint through the teleporter. They almost got deleted. EDG were able to spin 180 and take two of them out. But Hoodie and Nuki still held firm. They're going back over to A. So after that single setup, it's back to normal essentially here. And this might be a trigger. If this trap gets broken, it's possible they could spring a Showers crunch onto nobody.
They have big ults. We'll say that much. Giants built them up at this point, 4-4. You do start looking at this round as a really important one for EDG, but they are quite disadvantaged. Spot out their setup now.
Here. They just use that trip as an indicator to rotate, especially with the 3 smokes being committed.
It's just, I mean, he's just bait, isn't he? Just runs in there. All the trips getting tangled once more, but brought down this time. Smallest of opportunities granted to Nuki, but he will not waste them. Plant is down. But it's a 3v5. Like I said prior as well, massive ult advantages. Vitinho with a showstopper should absolutely seal this. That one, even if he chooses to use it. Seekers broken to the one side, pops up over the top. Here's the rocket, round to the side, pointed directly at Kankang. And they're squeezing it down now. Chichu cannot withstand it. Smoggy forced to back away and save. Not enough money. Has to keep the gun. And that's a really important one. I mean, a couple of players do have some money in the back pocket for EDG, but nobody did buy down that round. Only saving the one weapon. It might make a difference. We'll see.
It's going to be a bit of a scramble. I mean, someone's going to have to take the hit economically. They are really struggling with this Cypher setup, on A specifically.
Yeah,
yes, they take all of the space, but when they actually get into sight, they keep getting tangled, like you're saying, in the trips. Especially the second one is just a gimme for Nuki up in heaven. One of the things... Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, I'm surprised they're not really opting to what you were calling out of it prior. You know, when they were getting caught up in the trips over towards A, you know, why not just contact up behind the Viper wall? Use the blast packs, whatever. Util to clear it out.
Yeah, I am a little surprised. I mean, we're not watching Smoggy's POV in some of these hits. It's possible that he's trying to use the blast packs and then just not landing and we're missing it on camera. You know, but it really feels like they're not doing enough to be able to slowly work their way through those trip setups. Nuki's almost always being able to find some value, whether he's just spamming through a smoke or whether it's a trip. But one of the things that I've really liked about Giants recently, and one of the reasons why I think they're here today playing at an international tournament, is that they actually found a style. They were a team that was experimenting with lots of different compositions, lots of different roles. And then for LCQ, they solidified. They said, okay, Nukkye, you are going to be playing Perma Sentinel mostly onto the Cypher. You know, having Hoodie play more of that flex position, picking up the Viper, which he's played a ton, and playing Omen, you know, on the previous map too. And they've just found a system that works for them. It's simplified things and allowed them to really refine their playbook.
Core of it being a lot of these Cypher setups, trap plays built off of it. Ways that they can just, you know, create a small little moment in these maps.
Yeah. It's deep preparation built off the variety that Sentinels can give you.
Vitinho spots a shoulder. Chichu will be punished. Peeking out into that angle. Kang still there. He's actually caught the close angle from Hoodie, but is he going to expect it? The reposition of Vitinho, still watchful eye. So the advantage remains for Giants. Xiao's control. Gained by nobody, giving it up now for a chance to regroup with the rest of his team. Haodong still has 3 smokes available.
Grenade.
Now drop down, straight in a line. Satchel's forward, and still look at these setups again. Spotted out.
No care about this other trip that's around. Smoggy almost runs backwards into it, doesn't break it, in fact.
Doesn't clear it.
I mean, hopefully that doesn't trip somebody up later on.
I gotta wonder, where's the emphasis being placed as well to try and get this plant down? These smokes, you used all 3 of them and they faded out in the open. Not gonna have that blessing anymore, disguising and
30
blocking it. They're
seconds
just
left.
hoping for a pick, but Giants are just waiting it out. They're calling the bluff. They don't want to push
There's
this.
another cam online. 25 seconds, they know they're here, and Nade's still available from Vitinho.
Nade rebounds, not enough damage though to secure that kill. Nobody's out in the open. Brings down Nukkye. He's been playing that heaven position over and over again, but he is dropped down. He's low. Orbital strike. Expected to catch a player who could have been out there using it to reposition. Vitinho picks up an exchange of the guns now, a rifle. 3 versus 3. Spam into the common positions. It all comes down to these fights and how they get one out. Satchel moves forwards. They don't have Showers control. It's so important that they hold on to this. Blinds it up. Nobody. Hugs close to the corner. They got to hold on to Lamps here, but a tap onto it. Vitinho's already watching. Down to the side and to the back. Anything to watch it. Good adjustment with the movement. It's all on nobody, and they already know where he is. Sticking to defuse. Time. Vitinho's going to hold this one. He's going to hold this one, but so is Cloud. All the way with the defuse. And nothing to push him away.
Another very sensible retake from Giants, just making sure they're diligent with every little piece of the puzzle. Rhyme baits them into taking the fight towards Lamps. Vitinho swings out into pocket and takes a player with him. They deal with Smoggy, who'd slipped into Showers. They're finding another way of creating an advantage for themselves. Up 6-4 now. It's not as dominant as we saw in the first half of Split, but they are finding their ways on defense side to create moments where they are favored.
One step further. I mean, Kang at various points has been taking that Shower's control. Vitinho,
This
he's
is
opting into the op duel.
When Kang is up on top of the high ground like that, he can sometimes see over badly placed Brim smokes.
They're going to hit a jump spot. They're going to hit a jump spot. And yeah, it's ready and waiting. Crosshair laid bare. Exactly where to put it. Orbital strike for Rhyme though, still close to the corner. He's spotted out. He has to make a risky play. He moves forwards, doesn't win the fight out. Despite Smoggy sailing through.
Good
Nukkye
trade.
at the back is instantly traded. And here's the TPs. Flood rotations all the way through, but it might be just too late. 2 versus 4. Tina with the operator. Essentially gonna have to call it quits, really.
I mean, they have money to buy for the last round, so you might as well send it. See if you can get something done in a Miracle 2v4 situation. EDG have pulled off enough clutches.
Vitinho has a nade. Vulnerable inside the tube. Force the position out. That might net a kill, potentially. Kang falls. Close to the corner, though. Smoggy still there. Boombot will spot him. Has to break that one now. Using his own util. Vitinho! Okay! You did say it. You have to make a go of it.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. Especially because you could do a little bit of damage to the EDG economy. Looks like they're going to be fairly fine, though, heading into the final round. And with a chance to tie things up at 6 apiece. That round is just, once more, Kang knowing the operator like the back of his hand. I mean, he just knows how to generate a pick there.
Last round in
He
the
can
half.
hear what Hoodie's doing. He can hear what Cloud is doing, sets himself up, waits for just a single opportunity to punish, and he hits it.
All he needs.
The crosshair placement also so tight to the door frame, aiding him with that reaction time completely.
Still the lead for Giants. 1 round remains here. First half of Bind. Hit in the hands of Hoodie, setting up the lineup for it as well. Cheeky one. It's a classic one, in fact, actually. I believe it was Nats where I first saw that, but EDG do not give a damn. All the way into the side. It's a squeeze into the back of Showers. A showstopper. Fired off. A lot of damage done to Cloud. No kill, though. Here's the orbital strike. A tap onto the plan. Howdong can't commit to it. Got to back away here. With Smoggy falling. This is precarious. No longer having that Showers control. EDG, how do they choose to play this one? When it gets slowed down like this, they haven't been able to batter their way out.
Nukkie's just left all of his Cypher utility on B to go and help Hoodie, if there's any kind of pivot through that short teleporter. So Giants can stack the other 4 players ready to defend A.
They're at an impasse. Who will make the first move for EDG? It's up to them. They have to get the spike down at the end of the day here. Another tap, forcing it again, just trying to get these open sightlines and open fights down. Nobody wasn't expecting a third player. Kang in the cage. He reacts in time. Cloud spotted. Does he really go for this? Yes, he does. 2 operators, because 1 wasn't enough. Tour de force now.
Spike plant.
It's active, but it's Hoodie with it all to do. 1 versus 2. Creeping onto the angle's dangerous when you're up against the operator. Doesn't nail it, but still with the movement. Kang! Instantaneous.
I've never seen a player like Kang. Never seen a player do what he does with the op, getting kills at close range, trading with the operator. How does he do it?
Insane.
1 enemy remains.
That's so fast, I can't even see him move the crosshair.
Yeah, can barely register. Can feel it. Settling in a little bit with Giants on the big stage here. We'll see if we get that continuation of the series in the tail end of this half. EDG looking to see if they can win the pistol round, hopefully cement themselves that advantage to bring us to map 3.
Both teams clearly have an idea of what they want to do on the pistol. You can see them set up, all 5 for Giants leaning towards B and 4 players for EDG on A. So it's quite likely that we'll see EDG's idea completely useless. Just negated by the fact that Giants don't want anything to do with the A site.
Only Chichu to hold it back. They want to fight this. Trailblazer spots it. It's only Kang through into the TP. Needs some backup here. It's a squeeze occurring up in the air. Vitinho will not be safe from that.
What a lovely sand crunch that is. And what a great way of pivoting some short contact flash plays into a secondary plan. Beautiful by EDG.
The site is given up as a result of it. Rhyme cannot win his fight out. He was the one who was trying to lock down Hookah, and it's calls on calls here for Giants. They are making the attempt to try and push themselves into Albo. It's being held by EDG. Almost the time to be taken. Definitely damage being done, and Cloud has cleaned up that flank attempt of Shichu. Hopping out now, though. EDG starting to make the moves over towards this one. They got to know the players are there. It's a double swing off of the flash. Only the 1, though. Traded out here still. Smoke in their face. Damage definitely being done, and still kills flowing towards them. And, well, not enough. Fortunately for Giants there, the damage not quite converting into the kills.
So both teams splitting the pistols, and EDG there actually with the better idea, as much as I've been praising Giants. EDG have Kang taking contact towards A. They have a player tucked behind, ready to go for a flash, get him back on the angle. Giants don't go in that direction, but EDG have a plan B, which is to go for the sand crunch, put pressure on Vitinho when he's deep there, and they get back into the B site, controlling tons of space towards Hookah and Spawn.
Pure despair. I mean, production's having a field day.
But
keeping that calm on Pipson.
I got waves of empathy going towards Pipson here, because I feel like from a strategic point of view, from a coach's input point of view, Giants are doing everything right. They're still playing a really great game, but EDG are coming out with individual moments and game plans and ideas to match them at every point.
Little bits of brilliance. Giants taking a ton of space off of this one with the flash as well, pushing forwards deeper into it. Transfer! Hold on. Spectre, plenty of bullets left as well, but does he know? Players drop down deep. It's Vitinho. Close to the corner here. Smoggy with the boom bot.
There.
Don't believe that's going to clear him. Nuki gets spotted. Playing this one together now. Huge player advantage. Don't want to give up too much! They lined up entirely up with the upgrade in his hands. Nuki now sticking a plant through. It's 2 versus 2, and all that weaponry towards the back. Reactions. How long? Oh boy.
Another EDG player with another 4K to help them out in a sticky situation. That's been the story of this match, I think.
Yeah.
Almost with a slip-up, though. But EDG are going to be 8-6, heading into a bonus round where they keep 2 of the Bulldogs.
That lineup. Spacing just not quite there for EDG, despite them trying to play it quite safely.
Vitinho didn't have the weaponry to really, help Nuki on the swing.
Yeah.
Still, this one should be a bit of a gimme for Giants. You look at the weaponry advantage. EDG have almost nothing. As long as you don't run into Kang with his 4 Headhunter bullets and the shorty.
Even the orbital strike, if a player's cooked up with it.
Yeah.
Those kills that Howdon got. He's earned it early.
It doesn't look like they have any setup for the orbital strike to really find value here, but we've seen Howdon use it in clutches or if the time runs low.
Sands crunch, okay. Or at least the showers crunch. They're taking showers control and B long at the same time. That was the goal, at least for EDG.
They get a very deep trademark, but here's where I feel like some of the issues might come from. Kang's now tethered to A as the hit comes through on B.
Yeah, inside a tube, unable to survive this one. Nobody.
Where's nobody going?
Just running straight past him. Vitinho tucked to the corner.
He's on a walk.
Good luck winning this one. I mean, Kang's got 4 headhunter bullets.
Spike planted.
Make it 3. Oof, damage done. Not enough to it. Through the wall, though. It's cleaned up. Possibilities. Chichu. Yeah. Against the rifle. So much you can do about that one. So, good by Giants. They don't let the bonus slip away. It wasn't particularly dangerous, as you already mentioned, Josh. EDG didn't have too much of a buy going on there.
Yeah, and this really is what I'm concerned about, though, from the side of EDG. They're in the lead currently, but one of their biggest win conditions, I think, is getting Kang mobile around the map with his op, being able to play in different areas. And if he's tethered to a trademark or tethered to a rendezvous, that's going to be a challenge. He's actually going for Glass Cannon Operator here.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't have enough money to buy any armor.
Look at his op. I mean, the rendezvous position is tucked close to the corner. Feels quite punishable, but Giants are not going to be walking into it. It's all nobody. Jump spot with the boom bot. Nicely done. But the space granted to them. Even the cam on top, you can definitely see such a level of care and preparation with all these attack side setups. Giants. That is nice. Snake bite into it. Chichu close to the corner, though. He is tracking them out of the sky. Return for the fire. It's confirmed and traded as Nuki will fall. The orbital strike expended by Howdong. Enough to slow them all the way down. Giants, what's the call here? They don't have showers control. You're going right into the more because Kang is still watching. And do you dare encroach on his territory?
Teleport's ready.
I asked the question how Kang was going to be able to find value in some of these rounds where Giants are just hitting the opposite side.
There's no way. In the smoke with the no scope.
And that's how.
Oh my.
Giants just funneled through the teleporter straight into him. He's waiting like a dragon in his lair. It is a wonderful orbital strike from Howdong, though. It completely split the timings up. You have one portion coming from Hookah, that's Vitinho and Nuki. They did what they could there. Vitinho's on his double blast pack, gets tracked through the air by Jishu, and Nuki trades it out, but you can't go positive in that kind of situation when there's only 2 players actually hitting the site. The rest, the other 3, all got stopped by Howdong's ultimate.
Critical. Forcing out a timeout. And yeah, more than animated.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Pipson here will be shouting, call to cancel in that kind of situation. But I'm not sure they even had the chance,
They didn't really have the time at that point when they commit to the showers.
The timing was
They
pretty
didn't have
perfect.
space in showers either, for one.
Oh, I
Make
mean
it cool like
on the
that.
B hit.
Right,
Canceling
okay.
the B hit once the ult comes through. But yeah, I mean, also for showers, that's just very difficult to deal with when Kangkang's able to take an angle, back off to another, keeps his rendezvous active as well. I mean, what are you supposed to do when the guy's there? You wide swing, you hope he misses a shot and hope you hit yours.
This upcoming round, bloody important. I mean, we've been saying it a lot this entire series, but at this point, it's the lead for EDG. 2 rounds for now. A pretty heavy investment from Giants. Cloud even forced down as well. I mean, opting into just full armor and a Spectre, just so he can afford full util.
It's another deep trademark. Kangkang's using them for map control and information more so than, you know, anything else on this defense side. He's got such good info towards short. And essentially they're just leaving A to him. They can stack 4 players B now.
Giants are committing, running all the way forward. Here! It's nobody! Down to the side, and he is killed eventually, but my God, has he done the work!
They didn't even need the stack.
No, they did not.
I mean, Haodong and Smoggy are running over, sprinting from the A side, and the work's already been done.
Just like that. Now, speaking to the importance of this, you cannot stand a chance. What does the money look like for Giants?
It's not good. Fatinho and Nuki would be able to put a bite together, but and the rest of them are going to be working with Bulldogs at most.
Yeah, you're forced down.
I think they're going to have to take an eco.
They're committing to the Sheriff and a half armor.
I mean, the spray from nobody just perfectly lined up with all the Giants' heads as they were pushing through long. And that's a really common setup that you see. A Brim Smoke, a player sat inside of it, a flash. Sometimes it's going to be this guy inside the Brim Smoke that's blooming at Hookah. Sometimes the Sky's going to be over towards Elbow. But hiding inside your smoke there underneath Hookah, very common defensive setup. And Giants didn't really have an answer. Feels like one of the few times that Giants are actually going towards A. This is where Kangkang's been set up the majority of the time. The Giants have not really wanted to deal with it. It's a far cry away from how they dealt with him on Split. They were diving on top of him, util dumping him.
They had a clear indicator of where he might be playing, but I think this new comp has thrown him for a loop ever so slightly.
Yeah, very possible.
Don't have that preset ideas of where he could be hiding. This is a lighter biter for Giants. A lot of space. It's forwarded to them. Kangkang's still there. Snake bite. Drop down, making sure that he can't really peek past that angle. Smoggy falls. Close to the corner though, Haodong. He's got to do a lot here. Neural theft. Damage more than done here. Kills are definitely flowing for EDG. 3 versus 2 though. You never know. With shots rattled off, if heads get found, it could be more than danger in it. Doubled up though towards Lamb to tap onto it and force them out wide. The spray transfer, or at least not transfer, the control is nice.
Well dealt with by EDG after Cloud hit a couple of nice shots there, and they are really starting to extend this lead. It's a 4-round lead. Giants need to answer now if they want a chance of finishing this series. There's a lot that we don't know about Giants on Bind and Ascent. Had no concept of how good they were going to be on these 2 maps. Simply haven't seen them play. Nice shots by Cloud. But, I mean, the reaction there from Kangkang, I think, shows you how much he feels like Giants are pushing them.
Yeah, you cannot underestimate anybody in this group. Group A is brutal.
Certainly delivering.
Yeah, delivering, absolutely. The excitement that we've seen witness right now. Kangkang, operator angle. This is going to bait them in a little bit. There's a jump spot by Chichu. If they choose to move over towards B long, Giants that is, they might get baited into peeking into the op angle that's a bit deeper.
I think it's also the first time that Kangkang's been playing on this side. You expect it just to be the Sky and the Viper, as it has been before.
That's a miss from both sides, actually. Still, he takes the re-peek into the rendezvous and back to safety. 2 players still grouped up. Losing B-long control. There's a fight to be taken in Showers at the exact same time as this one. It looks like Nuki is creeping up onto it. Moving away from the timing. Showers control is so important here if they want to choose to try and pivot into this, but the spike is actually dropped into Cave. Nuki has been given the space.
Smoggy's watching though from backside. Oh my god,
No
he just
way.
turned away.
No way. Nuki's there. Seekers are forced out as well, breaking some portion of it. Showers regrouping now for the hit over towards A. Entirety
30
of Giants.
seconds left.
But how did they get through this now as well? Time is running short. Did they really choose to contact into this now with a showstopper all the way through this one? It's a game of timings once more, and nobody strikes. Right from the back here, Dog out in the open, close to the corner. Nuki, he's left to it. It's a 1v2. Damage is so done, but nobody still. This man is on another level of consistency.
When you saw EDG go on their run at Tokyo and absolutely wipe the floor with Loud, it was because nobody was having a game like this. He wanted to push into the Showers smoke, but Haodong mollied it. And then he decided, okay, well, if I can't push into the Showers smoke, I'll go towards the short play. He's playing Sky by trying to get as close to the choke point as possible and fight them from behind. It's just madness. It is madness, but when nobody's finding the timings and he's hitting his shots, he can play like a lunatic and it works.
This is it, EDG. One more round will do it, take us to that third. We all want it. Hoodie brought down. The rifle fire through the smoke. Ult's online. Rhyme. How does he choose to use it? Orbital strike and feel it. With Smoggy falling to the nade, that's an opening. Oh, the Seekers, they spot out of positioning, he was waiting for it. Nobody's close. Still, Flash blinded up. There's an orbital strike, is still... There's a player that's managed to creep their way deeper into elbow. This is Cloud, trying to keep them alive and make the plays. Can hear the footsteps. And Cloud's right behind them, ready to strike. First one found, Haodong still there, inside tube. Not for much longer, is he? It's 3 for Cloud, Kang, not a clue.
4 opportunities dwindling down. But EDG still very firmly in control. That's only the second round that Giants have been able to get up on this side. And off a pretty unorthodox play. Strange situation. They still have a ton of money to work with. Kangkang's going to be able to get that operator back up. Peeking towards Hookah, which is where we're seeing half of Giants looking to try and go towards. Nope, just spots a trademark there.
Flash. Kangkang's on the angle now. There's a dog that's broken so damn early. Pre-fire to the corner.
When the Trailblazer is broken that early, you just know that Kangkang's behind it.
It's one of the only reasons you do so.
It's a nice smoke as well from Hoodie. That's a really good one. That's going to force Kangkang away because he's worried that you could spill through the smoke from too many angles. So he's just going to back up a little.
Trademark's hurt here. Giants, they want to jump on it, they want to pounce on it. Molly to the back of the site. Nade follows, okay, off as well. Chichu, snake bites, round to the side here, but Fatinho, he will fall, it's traded.
Meanwhile, look at where Kangkang is.
He's got the timing all the way through the smoke. They know he's roughly in there. Nuki's trying to bait it out, but he doesn't bring him down. Still, he's a thorn in their sides towards the back. Buying time for EDG all the way through here. 2 versus 2. Rhyme planning towards the back of the site. There's a chance here. Nade rebounds. Damage certainly done, but no kill there. Cloud still has to lock down this angle. It's the only thing saving him. Boombot triggers it, dropping down. Smoggy, he's not there on time, but he wins his duel out still. This is for the map. And absolutely everything, Cloud. He lands his, converts the kill. And Bind continues.
Another 4K, another clutch, another Sky player stepping up, but this time it's not nobody. Cloud finds his moment. He also got potentially the most important kill, which was that one right there, taking down Kangkang and allowing the rest of the team to just focus on Hookah. Kangkang was attracting so much attention there. He's on Chamber, slipping inside a smoke with an operator, taking duels down B-Long alone, just being an absolute nuisance. They had 5 opportunities to close out Bind. Now it's slipped down to only 3. And Edward Gaming are going to take a tactical timeout here. If anything, I'd be concerned about this, Brent, because it offers an opportunity for Pipson to talk to the team when he's already used both of his.
Yeah. Taken out of feeling like there needs to be some changes in the mix. This next round is upcoming one for EDG. I mean, they don't have money to buy. Say it plainly, it's going to be the half buy for them. So whatever they're calling in the timeout, whether it's adjustments or whatnot, it'll probably be the round after that point. But maybe they can also cook something up. There's Ult ready and waiting. Smoggy, he's got a showstopper. Can always do some damage with that.
You take a look at the minimap here, and EDG are almost all on B. Looks like they're just planning to leave Kankang solely defending the A side of the map.
It's risky.
It was what they were doing quite a lot at the start of the half when they were finding so much success. They would have 3 players over for A at the beginning, just in case it was a fast hit. And then those 2 would rotate to B immediately upon any noise.
The Viper Orb, flash play through it. Looks like that's the name of the game.
Hoodie might get caught here.
Yeah, Hoodie has his back towards it though. He is playing anti-flash, even inherently in Rhyme. Also there with it. There's layers to it with the protocols.
I thought they were just going to drop the orb without flashing and catch Hoodie just Cloud completely in the open. So yeah, nice setup from both of them. And that's essentially the Yuka round dealt with at this point. Giants set up here to bring things within 2. And this is it's some level of a comeback.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, the distraction, yes, Vitinho dies, but it's actually a human drone there, just spotting out the players of where Haodong is hiding.
Just playing Nuki in through the choke point as well.
Exactly.
Really well played. Kankang's got 4 bullets in the Headhunter and 3 enemies to deal with. Double facing, no chance given.
Not working out, so all those chances slipping away. The timeout was taken for this one, this upcoming round right here.
Yeah, what are they going to be able to cook up here, Edward Gaming? They got the Seekers, they've got Showstopper available. They could definitely make some kind of crunch happen. Those are great ultimates for popping through a teleporter. At the moment, doesn't look like they're going for anything like that. Could be some kind of play towards Sand.
The potential's there.
But Smoggy, you would expect to be involved in that, and he's just over towards Showers.
Seekers used very early here by Cloud. It's right at the beginning of the round, and actually used in kind, and as a response of it, to be broken. Flash. Exchanged. Giants just fully grouped up outside towards Fountain. They're looking for an indicator. What is the play? There's a real danger here, actually, that Kankang gets caught by this orbital strike. So Rendezvous close to the corner.
EDG sent a flash through the teleporter to check out Showers and double pushed it as well. They took down Nuki's camera. So Giants are now aware that the defenders have taken Showers control, and it looks like Rhyme's decision is to go and flush them out. They also used the Seekers earlier on, and so have some level of idea that there might be 3 still playing B.
Smoke's down.
Dog push forwards, and he signs a light from this one. The nade's there, yes, it's
great
an orbital
ult.
strike. It's absolutely magnificent. Forces Haodong out into the open and wide. He's not favored to take that fight, so another advantage gained and granted for Giants. 34 seconds.
Launching
Man
smoke.
has to go down here, and Smoggy's in position to potentially
30
deny.
seconds left.
Smoggy, nade, rebounds. Ooh, it's a funny angle. Doesn't
Not what they were
stop
going for.
the plan, yeah.
It broke the cam though, and the cam was designed to be a post-plant information.
Smoggy falls. He was the one with the ult. Showstopper could have been critical. 3v5 now, retaken with the operator. You need to see heroics.
Or possibly a save, honestly, Brent.
Yeah, at this point, you got to think about it, right? It's 2 versus 5. You don't have the money. It's that full investment. This is dire straits for EDG, but Giants, real masterclass, honestly. Round after round, they are navigating trials and tribulations.
Sublimely. And I think there was a real concern with after taking that timeout when he did.
Does he save the op? Oh boy, it does not.
Oh, they don't save anything. That is brutal.
Very brutal.
I mean, that affects everything here. We're heading into the final round, and they're not going to be able to put together a proper buy. There's going to be bits and bobs, Bulldogs and Guardians all over the place.
Off of that, yeah. Technically, the Prime Gaming flawless, but you say that, enough losers bonus has been built up. I'm looking at it now. It's risky. Glass operator, the glass cannon.
And a Guardian Light Armor for
Guardian Light
Chichu.
Armor, yeah. But still,
Smoggy.
a chance.
Smoggy still hasn't had a chance to use this showstopper. They're going for the same setup again where it's only Kang defending A. Heavy presence over here.
No
They're going
way.
to try and punish the dog.
No way, out to the open. Only the 1-for-1 there.
I don't think that's the value that Smoggy would have been looking for.
It really wasn't much more of a setup behind it.
No, I mean, ideally there, though, you just grab one and you're able to survive and escape. He got punished for it. Kang is going for a walk.
He's all the way out of showers. And now he's giving the information to his team. EDG, they know that they've got Giants collected.
I think there's just been too many times where Kang has been out of these rounds. I mean, apart from that single situation where they all flooded back through the teleporter into him, surely it's not going to happen again. I can see Nuki backing up. It looks like they might be considering their options, but it's difficult either way you go. There is a 3-player stack here that Giants are going to have to commit into. They don't have a large player advantage on this site, Exec.
I don't know if they are going to commit to this either. 34 seconds left. Genuinely, it might call to rotate through
30 seconds
the
left.
TP again into showers, right into Kang, but no. Committal is used. No util though, they haven't dealt with it. Satchel's through into the back. Vitinho's fallen, everybody falls. And with the orbital strike, that will do it. No time left, 15 seconds. Hoodie versus the world. We are going to map 3. It's inevitable at this point. And EDG,
Defenders win.
they made him work for it all the way.
For Ascent here. We haven't seen these teams play this map in a long time. No clue what the form is going to look like, how good they are really here compared to the top teams in the world. Giants look like they want to put pressure in mid to start things. Or maybe some kind of trap play off the alarm bot by the look of it, maybe.
Yeah,
it's going to be
Paranoia.
Paranoia off the alarm bot contact towards Catwalk. And Kang has just bought classic armor and double smokes, which indicates they want to go for a pop on A to me.
Howdong's holding his own Paranoia as a response to this, almost like they're realizing it. Yes, they do. They've just absolutely intentionally wandered into the trap here. Util being used though, Cloud trying to hold it close to the corner. And the damage almost done here, but it's left up to Howdong. He grabbed 2. You can hear the footsteps. Spike in his hand. He is fully blinded up.
I took out one of his eyes.
And you can hear it now. Close, down. Where's the trade? Not in sight. Howdong. Red Bull clutch to start things off.
That was one of the most explosive pistols that you're going to get on Ascent. It's a great idea by both teams. How EDG got the read that there was going to be some kind of trap towards Catwalk, I have no idea. But the Paranoia being prepped for that area of the map is not common. So Howdong gets value there in terms of neutralizing the trap play, and also gets 4 kills in the round, and another 1v2 that EDG win. After Cloud had done so much. EDG have 4 Bulldogs and a Marshall onto Kang here.
Gonna take some names.
Soften them up, finish them off.
Absolutely. Firing off the warning shots.
I suppose the only silver lining for Giants really is that Howdong's ultimate, of all of the ones that you could build on EDG, you're not that mad about it.
Sure, yeah.
Right? You don't really care if the attackers have Omen ult that much. Whereas if it goes onto any of the others, it's a bit of a disaster.
I agree. Breather in this round, honestly, with the just the eke around by Giants. Set our sights. Desk was talking about it. The Kang Jet versus Vitinho in terms of that head-to-head. Vitinho has been lights out. If there's anyone that's been able to put a stop to this guy, it has been Vitinho playing, but we're going to see that really manifest and take shape over the course of this final map.
I completely agree. Vitinho's been playing fantastically so far in this. He was electric on both of the maps that we've seen so far. In terms of his utility usage, the way that he's kind of creating space for his teammates, it's all been excellent on Raze.
1 enemy remaining.
He's gonna have to bring it to go toe-to-toe here.
Where the last is, Hoodie. Too many chances. As I say that. Kang who falls. Nobody after him. Crouched up, you are giving chances here. But with the spike planted, all it's going to do is damage. Round is already won. It's just teasing us. No way, man! Oh my!
Oh, going for the knife there is just so silly. That throws away a Bulldog. But what does it matter?
Yeah.
The entertainment factor always going to be there for EDG.
Not a care.
So now Fortinio gets full armor and a Vandal to come into the next round. We'll take a look at this moment once more. What is Smoggy going for there? In the Jet head-to-head, though, Fortinio has had 2 chances to make it to a big tournament before, an international tournament, squandered. This time, the third has worked out. And at the moment, he's playing like he really wants to make the most of this opportunity, this final chance of being able to be here and take on the best in the world. In terms of having that head-to-head matchup, you don't get too much better than Kang on the Jet. We'll have to see what Fortinio's got. He's all the way back in spawn at the moment.
Yeah.
Just jump spotting.
A hell of a final boss to run into for your opening match.
Certainly is.
Oh my. Well, deep angle down towards the middle of the map, Fortinio. He's trying to get set up here. Cloud using a drone. Decent tag. Yeah,
What
and there's
a
an
shot.
opening. That is nasty stuff. Cut to the corner. Flash, but no push off of this. That's not going to be breaking the alarm bot. They want to regain this Vandal.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal way of opening the Jet head-to-head. Now nobody has that Vandal. And he really has been the player that's been popping off more than anyone on EDG. Little recon dart inside the smoke, wondering if anyone could be there. And this indicates Giants that a B-split is incoming.
Anchoring players though, Rhyme and Cloud.
30
Dart
seconds
is
left.
impeccable there from Cloud as well. It pushes them back just for a split second as well. It's buying time for some form of rotations happening. Fortinio in the smoke, just avoiding it. The shots went so damn wide here. Need to clear this one out, but again, there's a brawl onto the side. Fortinio seeking to reposition. Chichu has got it there.
This is
12
a nightmare.
seconds. It's all over the place.
seconds
Plant
left.
has to go down now. The chance to flip back in here for Giants. It needs to be holding this angle. Nobody does. Doing it just like that.
And I think Sean's right. It doesn't matter about the utility. Doesn't matter what agent nobody's playing.
Yeah, forget about it. It's an
He's
FPS
just-
game.
You get shot, you die.
Exactly. You get shot, you lose the round. What an opener here. I mean, yeah, okay.
Specifically, it's the kills, though, into the back site. I mean, they have a couple of players anchoring. It's Cloud and Rhyme, and usually they are so good for it. Hits coming through into B, Cloud holds his ground and delivers. And yet, this time, EDG just overwhelmed them and set themselves up for a monumental bonus, especially considering that was a 4v5 where they didn't have the best weaponry.
Oh, yeah.
That's
at
a
it
round
now.
that,
I mean,
again, Giants are going to be kicking themselves for, but there have been so many moments like that across this series where it feels like Giants should win and EDG muscle their way through.
the bank is booming. EDG. Creeping and crawling. Deeper into mid. Cloud
Here.
doesn't hold the angle. Pushed away now. He can hear the approach. The dash is active with a paranoia. That's going to cut its way all the way through here. Kang. What do you set your sights on to? Into the spawn dash to get away and back and around here. EDG looking to try and make their mark and take control of the site here. Still deep into the smokes. Fortinio has to back away. Anchoring at the back is Cloud. They haven't dealt with him, but with reload in sight, yeah, that's heard by nobody, and he seeks to punish almost immediately.
Ardon
It's
gets
gonna be
clamped
there.
down. Smoggy taking Jules in mid. There's no real chance of danger in this round unless Smoggy overfaces or goes for a knife kill again. This is going to be a spectacular start to the attack side on Ascent from EDG.
Yeah.
And Golden Boy brought it up on the desk, actually. We don't have a great idea about where EDG matches up on this map compared to the best teams in the world. They haven't played it for a long time. It's been May, the last time that they played this against Billy Gaming. That's not in the most recent tournament series. So, despite the fact that, you know, they're coming out here, it makes sense, everybody's on good rolls, Kang Jet, etc., there's always some questions about where it lies in their map pool. Is Ascent one of their best, one of their weakest, somewhere in the middle? At the moment, they're on fire individually to an extent where I think anything almost would be working.
Standing ahead.
Take a look at the buy in this round. Fortinio purchasing the operator. I was paying close attention to the pings on the map as well. EDG were just dotting out the common positions that an operator player could be playing in. So that's their approach now, just trying to spot out where it could be. That's what the smoke was for onto Cat. They did ping a little bit deeper into market. It's a wide open sight line.
And Fatinho's going for the rotate.
Oh my god, the timing on that.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that was based off. Maybe just not seeing anything for the first 30 seconds.
They've creeped all the way up.
Is there a chance that Cloud goes for some kind of wild ult play off this alarm bot contact? Surely not. He's going to drone out B main instead.
Yeah,
Just
droning
playing
out
this
the
very
clear.
standard.
It's very standard at that. EDG, good approach here into the mid-round, but with 40 seconds left, I mean, they break the alarm bot to keep Giants guessing. They do have a fantastic hold, though. Look at these defensive holds right now. 2 players. As soon as the ult lets rip, Rhyme was holding his paranoia. It's going to bog them down, isn't it? Hoodie still close to the corner as well, looking for a bit more, but Util cleans him up. And Fatinho,
He missed the shot.
yep, taking a peek from top there onto Heaven. He will fall. It was confirmed on the other side of things. Attack. Dodging. Here's a Hunter's Fury. Trying to deny a bit more Cloud. A real heavy investment to this. Needs to get some damage done. Needs to kill, but he does not get it. Another plan can come through. Is there
10
anything
seconds
else off
left.
of this? It doesn't look like it.
Spike planted.
The recon is great there for stopping Giants taking a timing through the smoke as the plant was being played.
This is brutal. I mean, Giants invested. They don't really have any util at all. Smoke, one way. Cuts off the turret. Someone else has to take contact. Flash. Push them away. Comes from Smoggy. Spamming into the wall. It just feels so unlikely that Giants could win this. Leave it to Nuki. And time yet is becoming an issue. Drops down, wins that fight out, almost claims a second. Not enough bullets and not enough time. It's racing against him, but with the classic right click.
He's got it!
He's done it!
Still with 3 seconds around to play with. I mean, that is just so well done by Nuki.
And a necessary one at that. Red Bull clutch. The entire time I'm thinking, there's no way in hell they can get into that, but Nuki, sheer heroics, brute force, whatever you want to call it, grounds them the round when they needed it. If you lose that, you're set back with the economy once more. But Cloud just invested his Hunter's Fury.
Yeah.
Juju's got his ult. He's
Yeah.
got the lockdown. They wouldn't have had any response to this. This would have been a snowballed half.
Yeah, this would have been an absolute tragedy had Nuki not been able to pull this off. And even with him winning the round, it only keeps them in it. You know, it's not like they immediately start the momentum going back the other way and EDG are on an eco. It's just going to be a very even round coming up again.
But huge, nevertheless.
Specifically, I think the point that you raised there about Chishu having a bit of a free ultimate is a really interesting one. You see the spike hovering around the kind of gelato top mid area that Haodong's got. He always has his ultimate if they want to go for any fast pivot play, but I feel like, plan B or maybe even plan C here could just be to shove a lockdown. You see the ping actually on the map. But that's more for Haodong to try and take a main control with Chishu. They're going to swap it over and go for the lockdown play.
There's a lockdown. Nothing to remove this one now. You have to respect it. Clear out the site. No commands.
Yeah, used by Hoodie to stop the follow-up.
He is tucked into the corner here. It's a high-low setup, but again, you use the no command. It points out exactly where you are. He's getting spammed in the midst of all of this. Kang Kang trying to take the fight up towards him. Into Heaven. EDG starting to find it real difficult to get through this one, and it leaves it just down to Chichu. 37 seconds. Doesn't anticipate that angle.
Well held by Giants there. 2 incredibly important rounds just when they needed them. 1 through heroics and 1 through reading the game, anticipating the threats. Look at the angle that Fatinho's holding there. He's so aware that grass has been given up, the tree, all of that area is a threat. And I love the ult as well from Hoodie. Yes, it doesn't necessarily stop the lockdown, but it does stop the after effects of it, of the people spilling through the choke point, of the utility that's going to fire through in waves onto the A site.
Great answer.
The attack side up from Kang Kang, though, is always a danger. Shock dart there from Nobody, looking to try and remove any nanoswarms that are going to be at the front of B. Instead, Nuki's set up for a lane crunch, so if you get through B and try and get down there, it's rough.
Operators. Who takes the shot? I mean, it's all Fatinho. He didn't have to adjust.
That's 2 rounds now where he's got really critical operator kills.
We talked about our Jet head-to-head. The desk was talking about it.
It should favor the Jet on the defensive side when it comes to Ascent.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not necessarily that Fatinho is just Jet diffing at this point. He's on the more favorable angles. He's going to be able to get set up with the Sova utility a lot of the time too.
Definitely important though.
But yeah, you've got to get going.
I wonder what the play is here, honestly. 40 seconds. really choose to commit into this. Howdong is just attempting to fake presence over towards A. Deep Paranoia. This is a beautiful ult by Rhyme. Clears out all of A main, and now know that this is a fake. They can
30 seconds
still
left.
stick to anchoring this one. Howdong sticks the TP inside of Bauhaus. It's spammable. He takes the fight to him. Fatinho, he's quick with the trade and confirms it. Doesn't get the second. Over the top though, almost gets his head taken clean off.
Cloud, though, fails once more in terms of anchoring the site. Needs Rhyme to bail him out.
Just pushing all the way into it as a Hunter's Fury. Updraft, Fatinho dodging, holding it close to the corner here. Anything to set them up and give them a bit more space. Chichu wins the fight. It was a wide swing and wider face at that. Hoodie falling. Chichu and Nobody have to anchor towards the back. They don't have space anywhere else. Fatinho is low. Paranoia, excellent. But what is shot by Nobody. And Rhyme would have to be amazing. An incredible flick. It's brought it to a 1v1. One smoke available. Into the back here. Nobody. Still with the dart. It's not good. It does tag. Gets him off. Location revealed. Everything is done by Nobody.
The back-to-back shots from Nobody and then from Rhyme were unbelievable there. But Nobody played that situation immaculately. The recon dart is perfect. Onto Boathouse, front side, and Rhyme can't swing to break it. I mean, he can't flick his crosshair away. He's so concerned that Nobody's just going to go for the swing, especially with how aggressive Nobody has played over the course of this game. And in the end, the utility does the trick. So many critical duels won there by EDG to convert that round. So many moments where it could have gone the opposite way, and yet the skill prevails.
Drone clearing out a little bit towards mid. Does Nobody spot the alarm bot? Out of range, I think. Is a Paranoia though. What was that off?
Wow, that is a big paranoia for them to just click Outwalk for a moment there. Are they trying to drive people into B? And Nuki's got his lockdown, but he's not really in position to do too much with it. Feels like trying to drive people into Fatinho, and Fatinho is gonna have a chance off alarm bot contact. He might even swing further, but there's a smoke in his face.
He's readjusting now to positioning here. So lockdown used in response.
That's just gonna force people faster into Cloud.
Yep, into the back of the side. Cloud has got so much more to do here. All the way through with the right click. It's Kang Kang.
He just keeps getting overwhelmed.
Takes him out. Operator there. And he's locked down the sight lines. Crucially, EDG, they do not have good post-plan control. Nothing in B main. They are all corralled and collected up onto the site. Flash sailed over the top there. Hoodie's not going to have that now. The Giants are finding it really difficult to even get into this one. Look at them. They're still worried about B main.
I don't see how you win this if you're Giants. I mean, Hoodie might as well send it because he's only got a stinger, but the others, they kind of need this weaponry to mount any kind of defense on this map.
You've got to save the AWP, and they do not. Crumbling.
It's only Hoodie that's going to save anything. He's managed to go for the upgrade, stinger for a Vandal, but that's done. The Giants have a glaring problem right now, and it's hard anchoring the B site. Howdong's Paranoia was fantastic. It caught onto Cloud, and he was stuck in the backside. Hoodie not even allowed the Vandal.
If you're not a good shot,
The Giants cannot hold on to B. And I feel like that's such a strange decision for them to set up the defense in this way, because the lockdown doesn't force you to break it. It doesn't funnel you towards where the Killjoy and the Jet are playing. It pushes you towards Cloud, who's been a bit of a weakness for them. And like I say, a really unusual one. Usually Cloud is going to stand and deliver on the B site. He likes to tuck himself behind the box instead of Boathouse and just delete people as they're swinging lane. We've seen it so often during the regular season in EMEA. And yet, for what reason today, be it the pace, the utility, the skill of the EDG players, Giants cannot hold on to that site. And already, this is a devastating defense half.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly the emotion going on in Kang Kang's head right now. He's like, all right, we had a bit of a sweat on split and on bind, but this is smooth sailing now on Ascent.
It really should be. The attack side already putting up 6 rounds, looking like you're in the driving seat once more, forcing out this timeout. The money's not good, not for Giants. It's going to be an even further lead that's cemented.
Getting up to 7 on the attack side after winning this anti-eco.
That's insane.
How are Giants going to be able to respond?
Yeah.
They need something now off Fatinho's Blade Storm. And it looks like Cloud's going to set up a recon dart here. Some kind of paranoia play, a flash up over the top from Hoodie. This is going to be fast, aggressive, all set up for Fatinho to find a pick onto Chishu.
So all eyes on Fatinho. Paranoia does go through here. Dash forwards. Alarmbot catching him. Deleted though. It's nobody. Holding a bit further back. They are ready.
It's such fantastic positioning. It's just impossible to get punished.
Way up. Push into mid. Pulled into the corner here. Smoggy needs some help to try and get out, and help has arrived.
Mid.
Precarious as it is. It's nobody just running and cutting through the smokes.
Oh, that's
Hoodie.
absurd from Hoodie.
Ripped off Haodong's head. It's a 2v3. Needed something. I mean, Lord knows what's going on. It's a modern art abstraction piece with the smokes layered down here. 2 versus 1. Chichu wasn't expecting this. The only blessing for him is that no weapons are really retrievable, but he does not know where these players are. And the spike out wide, spots a shoulder. Can't win a fight out. Hoodie just waiting for it, isn't he? There's it. Oh my!
What a shot.
Insane. Sets it up.
Hoodie and Cloud were throwing utility for Fatinho to potentially win the round at the start there. And instead, it's the two of them that end up landing Sheriff shots that convert. Mastercard Thrifty for Giants, reminiscent of one that we had on Bind actually too, where it's pure Sheriffs that get all of the work done. You see how skilled these Giants players can be in moments where the opportunities are offered to them.
To say they needed that is an understatement. It was looking awful. But it's got the money back up. A chance in this round.
6-6, still the best case scenario for Giants, and that's going to require
Tino
them
is
to get 3 on the
aggressive.
trot.
Look at him. Deep onto the angle. As soon as he hears a drone, he's not messing around.
He's Garpers.
Yeah, he's out of there. He wants none of it.
That 0 point, though, actually really crucial, too. It caught onto Cloud. So I think they've got some idea that they wanted to drone Fatinho back on the angle.
This angle. Smoke is good from Kang.
Well, this is interesting. The lockdown clears out Grass, but Nuki's got utility over there, so they're not worried about this. They can focus purely on the aspect of the B split.
Beautiful angle for Cloud, but he doesn't win his fight out there. Alarmbot dropped down. Fatina's going to be calling this one. And there is the util finally cleared out towards Cat.
Cover going out.
Don't have that waiting for them. This is dangerous. Rhyme TP out into the open ever so slightly, but he does escape and still comes down to the anchoring players. It's been a sore spot. Giants really hold on now because EDG are coming, knocking at the door. They want to try and take this site right here, right now. And it's still...
It's the same story once again. The Giants anchors on B just can't find anything.
30 seconds left.
Cloud only had 5 HP, wasn't confident enough to be able to hold a proper angle, or even jiggle particularly in case he caught a bit of damage through the wall. And because he's not holding, Rhyme's got a paranoia in hand and doesn't know that someone's already on site.
Gotta see adjustments for Giants.
They just can't hold on to B, and I think at this point, Bren, the damage is already done.
Yeah.
EDG get up to 7, one way or another. We thought it was going to be the anti-eco. Instead, it's a mid to B split. But at this point, even if Giants were able to make the adaptation, I mean, look at that. They're just already on them by the time they can do anything about it. What is a response here that Giants can even cook up? I mean, one of the things might be to play Fatinho really aggressively towards B main, use your Sova utility to post him on deep lines, so that at least he's going to be able to backstab potentially the players that are flooding through mid.
One of the problems right now is that Fatinho just has to respect a lot of the util coming his way, right?
Yeah.
You saw the drone in the last one. I mean, he was just running. If he has another player playing there, something to break the dart, the drone, maybe he can still hold on to that space.
One of the other options is just to play full B retake. You know, you could set Nuki up with some kind of Killjoy setup that's just designed to, you know, melt them as they go down lane, which is something that we've seen Nuki run before, and then not have anybody actually anchoring B. Because at the moment, they can't stop it. It's just overwhelming from EDG. And this round is not going to be a good indication of the adjustments because they've got no weaponry.
Hitting it straight down, Fatinho. He attempts to relieve that pressure. Cloud again towards the back of the side. He can't nail it. Not with the Sheriffs. Still sailing. Beautiful flash!
Spike down.
Unbelievable!
It's the Sheriffs! It's the Sheriffs again!
The setup there from Hoodie, the peak timing of Cloud, finally some support, and finally a way to defend this site.
Well, if Giants are able to escape here with a 5-7 half, Admittedly, not the best in the world defending Ascent, but considering how this has looked and how lost they've been with the defense on B, that would be magical for them.
Spike down.
That flash, a really common one that we've seen for at least a year for different KO players. But it feels like the first time that they've actually been able to sync that up and have Hoodie in the right spot and Cloud able to swing off it. A last chance here for Giants to make this acceptable. And for EDG, they kind of deserve 8 based on how they're playing. They've just had a couple of slip-ups with these lighter buys from Giants.
Yeah. Grouped up. 0 points going to spot them here. They're going to use an old commando to try and get themselves into their side. Kang.
What an entry.
Not messing around. Hunter's Fury versus Hunter's Fury. It's sent flying onto either side of things as well. Beaming Smoggy down, dropping into his knees in the smokes, weaving. It's left to right. Hoodie still surviving, and the team helping him out. Knives for Kang. Wants to try and equalize it, but there it is. Damage done enough to at least get the one, but Giants have just won it. Overwhelming presence. The reinforcements arrive. 5-7. That's where we stand.
That is an incredible half from Giants. Considering the place that we were at, where it looked like EDG were unstoppable, that is a very good recovery.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Let's hear what Adesh has to say.
Brandon Sideshow.
I mean, this series has just been an absolute heater, beginning to end, even throughout. And hopefully we get treated with a competitive second half here for our final map. Pistol round on the horizon. Heavy group up of EDG. 3 players sitting over towards B. Howdong really just with Smoggy to try and hold back A, and Giants have no intention of just rushing into things.
No, they got a bit of a setup here towards B, actually. EDG on the pistol, an alarm bot contact, and Kang tucked in the corner, with a couple players ready to bail him out if there is a lot of B main pressure. And at the moment, that's where the spike is, so anticipating that this setup from EDG actually might find some action. Giants continue to play with a lot of respect at the start of these rounds.
Here they go.
But here it is.
Yeah, creeping. No sound being made. Slowly onto the angles. They see the alarm bot.
Oh, they back up
Breaking it.
right in time for the recon dart to be broken. That's really nice awareness from Giants. As soon as they spotted the alarm bot, they knew that there was going to be some kind of play made off it.
Dash was wasted by Kang. Smoggy. Oh, still holding it. The paranoia missed. Here's to the side. 0 point nade as well. Drop down. He needs to hold on to this angle over towards A main because he is feeling, again, the squeeze, the pressure, the heat. It's all there, flooding all the way through into tree, dropping down. Howdong's there, right clicks, left clicks, not doing it for the second.
3v3.
Damage. Definitely being done here. Healthy players for EDG on this pistol, but there's a smoke in their face. They want to try and get through this one. Spamming through. Where's the util? Nobody has the dart, waiting for it. Lets it fly. Broken though, dropping down. They need to remove these players for Tenio. Still standing it. Can't hit the shot, still rattled all the way. The final bullet apparently does it.
And for Tenio, the jet that's going up against Kang here, finding a 4K to be able to win the pistol round when his team is down, looking to try and bring things even at 7-7. He has been a monster today. On an individual level, sometimes Giants feels like they live or die by this guy's form. And recently, during almost every map in LCQ, I think there was only one map of Pearl where it looked like Vitinho wasn't quite in the game. Aside from that, the last month he's just been sublime.
That pistol round should bring us 7-7. Say should. A lot of expectations going amiss in some of these rounds. I can spend a lot of money on this one. Oh boy.
Well, there it goes, in the bin immediately.
Yeah.
900 credits, that's all he's got left.
Might play a part a bit later.
I mean, you're really looking at the others to drop him an operator. I think it's not going to be Kang specifically who buys it. They'll get one of the sugar daddies he's playing with to fund his career, you know?
Yeah. That's my reaction. What is bro saying? Flash
This
to
eco
clear.
round does not look like it's got too much to it, though, Bren.
No, it doesn't. But they are stacking the right location. EDG, dart against the wall. It's going to push them back in a wave, but now there's a flash. They just wait it out. Here's the presence. Watchful eyes onto the smoke here. Nade flushes them out into the open. Easy collection of kills. Door shut in his face, so Chichu, not much to do here. Will be most likely a flawless round. Not quite. Spoke too soon.
So Giants looking like they're going to take this one fairly cleanly. Still with Cloud having a ton of money to be able to buy up into the next for Fatinho. So this is going to have a lot of weaponry behind it on this bonus round. And the moments where Giants have the opportunity to dig into their strat book, this is where they can look really dangerous. I mean, Fatinho's not even going to require a buy here because he's got his Blade Storm online too. This is where it's awesome to be able to pull out a set strategy, something explosive or something that you think is going to be able to generate a pick at some point. See what kind of ideas they have. It looks like they want to send Fatinho down mid. There's an alarm bot there, and also Kankan just jump spotting.
Updraft
He's so
into
ready.
the sight line.
He's so incredibly ready for that. There are opposite sides of the scoreboard, but now that Kankan's on the defensive side, he's going to have advantages where he can take fights like that.
Yeah.
Complete read.
Kankang, who doesn't have to really set up. He loves to play fluid. Already rotating away from this position. Mid-control is the name of the game here for Giants. 7-7. Here we go. Grouping up. They make something with the bonus. It's the big question I've got on my mind. They are contacting, waiting. And here they might strike. Haldor, wow, just escapes with his life. Just claim the kill and he spots that information out. Smoggy, he'd send flying. He's wide out to the open, but still picking them apart here. Giants can't get that foothold that they're looking for with a spike dropped as well. Notifies everyone. Swarm converge onto the position. Timing. In and out of smokes. No upgrade for you though.
No, really not that deadly at all. So Giants with a great opportunity to make some damage happen and actually, you know, take the lead for the first time in a long time. And not going to be able to do it.
That's nasty.
EDG with a serious chance here of knocking Giants down a peg or two, but it's their economy that's the one that's hanging a little bit on the edge. There's enough for both teams to be able to buy up for another round. But this is going to be our first opportunity to really see where both of these teams are aiming to put the squeeze on each other.
Yeah, good shot there. Lambot's gone. Beginning of these rounds by Giants has been quite good in terms of just trying to feel out the scope of where the EDG players might be.
Smoggy is also holding his 0 point for at least 5 seconds at the start just to see whether he hears any kind of fast play happening over towards A. He didn't at all, and instead used it for information towards Catwalk. They've got a decent idea, I think, that this is looking towards B. Some kind of B split might be on the minds of EDG right now. They still have 3 players here.
Yeah, nobody is going to have his dart up in a few seconds. Here to shock darts. Nano Swarm broken here. Standard Flood now right back into the site. Switch. Not quite hit, I don't believe, as well, so the door won't be closing just in this moment. They do take a bit of a breather. Pump fake. Here's a dart flash into the back. That is going to be lighting them all the way up, but they are getting right into it. That doesn't connect onto too many. Holding onto lane. Kang seeks to respond. Confirmation on the one here, but site's going to be granted to them.
There's that hyper-confident flood, Brent. Hyper-confident flood from Kang to be able to get in and grab somebody from behind. He gets another onto Rein.
Not worried about B main control this entire time. Great opener. Reposition of Hoodie. Everyone is low for Giants. Has to be the shots hitting. Smoggy. Flash. A dash to really avoid here. And look at it. It's cut up the placement entirely. Nuki towards the back. Can't win his fight. Can't win his ones.
A great round from Kang there, utilizing all of the resources at his disposal. Partly the distraction from those B-site anchor players. Kang just runs through. Everybody on Giants is focused on getting rid of the site anchors, of getting rid of nobody. And Kang comes through, he's able to grab one from behind and then waits for the flash, the dash, and gets set up to be able to close things out. Giants found success in terms of getting there and getting the people who were dug.
This series in particular was that EG was just going to be setting away through the uppers in their group, battling off against PaperX, but it's Giants who have really put up a decent fight. And again, you know, harken back to a lot of the watchers in EMEA, going to be saying, you know, I told you so. There's potential here with this Giants squad. Didn't show much of it in LTQ, only because they had a rather easy path to get here, but they tested EDG. They're a couple of steps away.
Kankan wants to take a fight in mid. And this is the one where the eco's broken.
You can hear it, footsteps rumbling. But now they slow it all the way down though, surely it gives them an indicator. It's moved off, Hadong's caught. The paranoia out into his hands, at least Kankan gets the one, and there is that response. Straight through Tree, Nuki, he can't win it. And now, what a transfer! Smokey delivers with a vengeance.
Every player on EDG there that got a kill was hitting some absurd shots. Kankan missed the timing a little bit. Cautious, perhaps, about the fact that they were going into mid instead of down catwalk after the early information, but he hit a disgusting flick. Oh. And then Smoggy closes it out with beautiful spray transfer.
Hey up. We're playing on.
Yeah, I hope we don't see some kind of tech timeout for spilt water all over the keyboard.
It's fine. He's testing it out. See him wiggling the mouse. Kankan pushed off and away. Giants drop down. Get into the Sheriffs, just the one rifle.
They've been nasty in these Sheriff rounds though, Bren.
Yeah, they certainly have. Definitely damage done as well. Straight through the wall here, but a close corner angle. Chichu is watching for it. There's no way he's holding close. What is this? Not expecting this. Maybe a flash or something, I'm not sure. Utility that was waiting for Smoke in, retrieving the gun, but they do not get out of it. The goods are guarded. Kankan pushed himself back onto it, just sees the shoulder. Does he try and go for it again? He doesn't have a dash. This is so bloody brave.
They're barreling into Haldon currently, who still has his paranoia available. Gonna counter the one out of Rhyme.
It's going to buy some time critically here.
Just stuck. They are stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Breaking them down. Hunter's Fury is excellent. Stops them from really being able to scale through. Get the knives out. The right click. I'll do it. Conversion onto the kill. 30 seconds. Flick.
30 seconds.
And a hit. Kankan, another dash now active and earned, but it's not needed.
And EDG are looking to style on them towards the end. This is the first map where they've actually had the comfort to be able to go for the more flashy stuff like that. But Giants with those deaths have got up to some big ultimates. Null Command and Lockdown both came online as Hoodie and Nucky hit the deck. That round already got a little strange, but there wasn't too much danger there. Giants absolutely need to win this one. That's obvious. EDG are one away from being at the match point. But they've got the tools to be able to do it here.
Gotta see it. No command.
That's so fast.
That is very fast,
That's
very
so
early.
early.
Hoodie's using it just to clear out towards A.
Wow, they're planning to go up through grass here? Look at that smoke from Rhyme. It's so deep.
Deep dart over the top of tree as well, just trying to clear it away. Haldong falls. It's Kankan. Opportunities granted to Smokey. He just can't quite hit it. Chichu! No way! The ace denied, but he's done enough.
Has he?
Nuki. Has he indeed? Eating my words.
Look, he went for the reload and didn't quite manage to pull it off there. There's still a minute.
Bullets left.
Did he hear nobody? I think he's just knife out walked the entire way.
Waiting for the sound cues. It's brought to the one-on-one. Critical, crucial, but he doesn't expect it. Nobody brings him to 12.
Match point.
I've got to see that again from Chishu. What is this? We were watching Smoggy in Hell, who distracted everyone.
Ludicrous.
He's just burst firing. There's no concern there. There's no panic at all. He just slowly goes from target to target, bursting a couple bullets at a time to be able to take them all out. The composure is bonkers. And that stopped Giants dead in the tracks. 5 chances to win this one for EDG.
Kankan ready to disrespect Smoke. There it is, dash forward, slight misstep.
Doesn't even get punished.
Claimed. Yep, no punishment. They know he's there. Dumping Util into him. Chichu And Haodong, they seek to help him out. They have killed 2. Straight down mid. Giants, this is an opening. Can't let this one slip now. It's for the series. Stay in it.
Giants already expended so much of their effort trying to make a comeback happen on Bind, trying to drag things into overtime. It was a monumental comeback there. They almost managed it. Gave it everything they could. This is going to have to go even further. They need 5 rounds in a row, including this conversion of a 3v3, where both teams have made the same gamble to end on B.
Yep, stacked up. This could just end in an absolute fight here. Skirmish. There it is. Paranoia. It connects onto the 1. There's an anti-blast position. Hoodie swings wide, takes them all out though. The lockdown still needs to be played. You got to respect this one. It's miscommunication. Entertainment not there. 1v1 for Tinio. Red Bull clutch. The series continues.
We got this.
What a savior he's been, up at the top of the scoreboard there, finding moments for his team. It got so chaotic there. Similar kind of way that EDG played that. They are so confident to just go for contact re-clears all around the map. They know they've got the confidence advantage. You see EDG on defense grouping up and just walk pushing areas. Surprising Giants with their timings. It's going to take another couple before EDG have any form of a broken bye. This is going to be a rough grind the entire way if Giants want to take this to OT.
Push to the brink. Dancer used early on here. Deep alarm bot actually into B main. That'll be spotted out and broken. EDG, what are you going for here?
I mean, this is what I'm talking about. The confidence is just absurd.
Yeah, gotta respect that though. Gotta back away. They give up mid position. Smoke drop down Kang. Will he be the difference maker once more? We've seen so many moments from him, but they are grouping up right into his sightline. Smokes drop down, but it does not cut off him. Does not cut off the sightline once more. Paranoia. It goes wide. TP out to the side. Damage. Is it going to be done here? Over towards the dark cloud. He has shut him down and cracked open the sight.
Do they anticipate Haodong and why?
Smoke's there. He's fired off shots. They got to know he's there at least. Hoodie, yep, spotted. But does he remove him? Did he make an active effort towards this one? EDG still here, containing.
He's got to ult away, surely. He should have taken the timing by now.
They have to clear him. How do He's ripping away the hopes and dreams. And it's left to Hoodie. The only chance left. The flash blinded up. The space is gained. EDG, a tap to force the fight. Doubled up once more. Knife is too short. Only the 1 tag, only the 1 kill. But EDG have done it.